Hello!
Oh, hello.
Yeah, first one was better. Hi. Welcome to Trail of Cthulhu.
Oh.
We are the Uncommon Trust. Today we have our guest DM, Joseph Limbaugh. He's right there. We're down to.
We are.
I was just assuming horrific elder god things happen to them.
Yeah,
That's a fair assumption.
But we'll find out. Welcome, thank you for tuning in. First off, to get some announcements out of the way, we want to obviously thank all of our wonderful, wonderful sponsors and helpers that help us, like Kraken Dice. Yes. And like, what you wearing there,
Really
Sam?
I'm wearing some Void merch directly from the Void. They have professional, highly trained Void miners retrieve this merch for you. Thank you, Dredge Dingles.
In the t-shirt
Sounds
mines.
safe.
T-shirt mines. We're down there working in the t-shirt mines.
The t-shirt.
Lost my t-shirt delver.
You go to war with the t-shirt cannons that you have.
Not the t-shirt cannons you want.
Yeah.
We are taking this seriously with the level of sanity that it deserves.
For sure.
Also,
Yeah, go ahead.
oh, thank you to World Anvil, who have helped with some of our campaign building stuff and will come up in the future. Who else?
Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank D&D Beyond.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes.
Just in general. Not because we're playing D&D today, but
just because.
let's see.
Just generally.
I'd like to thank
Who
the
else we got?
Academy.
I'd like to thank the Academy. Let's
Hellgrain
thank,
Press.
I would like to thank QueueTimes.
Whoa.
they are worthy of thanking this
They gave us peppermint bark.
They did.
And this chocolate and peppermint.
We have to shout out to our good friends at Noble Dwarf.
Yeah.
The noblest of dogs.
Yep.
They work t-shirt mines as well.
Yes.
It's true.
And a shout out and a reminder, D&D in a Castle.
Yes. So as we said before, we are doing D&D in a castle. We're playing D&D in a castle, and you can come and play D&D in a castle with us. But really? Oh, but also there might be a special day that is. I know not everyone can do the full 4 days of D&D in a castle.
It's a lot.
It's
Yes.
amazing and worth it, but still a lot.
Still a lot.
So
Like us.
you should still sign up at dndinacastle.com for the mailing list, because there are other things happening with that event that are not the full 4 days and are just sort of like one-day events that people can come. So please sign up and register at dndinacastle.com, and you will be the first ones to get that information. It's not been announced yet, so you'll
Yes.
find out all the secrets.
And believe me, you want to find out these secrets.
There are
Not like the
secrets.
secrets that we're going to find tonight, where it's going to
No,
hurt
that's,
you.
that's the kind you don't want to find out.
Yeah.
But these
different
secrets
kind.
are definitely worth it.
Unless you're
we're-
into that.
Yeah,
In
we're-
which case, you
Yeah.
never know.
Sign up
For the-
anyways. Yeah, we're
I feel like we're sending mixed messages.
The
Sam.
Yes.
For the D&D in a castle thing too, if you may think, oh, this is not really my thing. This is really some luxury thing, and it's prohibitively expensive. It doesn't cost you anything to register. You can look at it. Some of the stuff we're going to send out may also even be content-related things that are previews of stuff we're
Yeah.
going to do.
Yeah.
So you'd be able to benefit from that. So yeah, just come check it out. There's no obligation, and yeah.
Oh, and then pre-register for B Dave's D&D comic. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh
do
yeah.
it.
Yes.
Seriously, if you are interested in this comic, pre-orders really matter. They matter to retailers, and they matter for if you are interested in more of this type of content. It matters a lot to publishers to see
Yeah.
those pre-order numbers. I learned this from internet sensation Amy Dallin.
Internet sensation Amy Dolan.
Yeah. So that's IDW's A Darkened Wish,
Yes.
official Dungeons and Dragons comic.
Tess
Officially
Fowler's
available.
also been publishing
Tess
a
Fowler.
couple sneak frames, and they look amazing.
Oh yeah, they're great. Tess Fowler's just such an
Tess
amazing
Fowler's
artist.
amazing.
Yes. Shout out
This is
to
not
Tess Fowler.
news, but I need to say it anyway.
Like, I love B Dave, but I'm getting the comic for the art.
Yeah, that's always how I am too. Grant
say we
Morrison,
all.
who's
So
that?
say we all.
Let me see those sweet inks.
Hey, you're one to talk.
All right, so I think if we're done with announcements, we can pass it off to our GM.
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
scared.
wait.
Is that an announcement?
Now it's your turn. Now you got to do
I
your
have one
thing.
more announcement.
Yes!
If you're not around at the end of the show, because I'll announce it then too. If you are interested in Shadowrun at all, you should come watch the series arc finale of my Shadowrun show over on Saving Throw tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, a Saving Throw show. Come check it out. It's going to be really good. I have some surprises planned.
What?
And,
Surprises! surprises.
But no feelings.
Or
no
lasers.
feelings.
There won't be feelings.
There may be
There
lasers.
there are surprises that even some of the players don't even know about yet.
What?
Wow, those are the best kinds.
I was
of
not
surprises.
briefed on this.
And we're the players.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Today there will be no surprises. There will be.
There will be.
Don't lie to our fans.
I love surprises.
Sure.
I like money.
Great. Also,
I
did
can
we
relate to
thank
that.
Pelgrane Press?
Oh yes,
Thank
Pelgrane
you.
Press
For this awesome game.
publishing this amazing game and for being amazing in general.
Yes.
Love you, cat.
All right. When last we left our intrepid investigators, they were in Kingsport, at the top of Kingsport Head, the cliff that towers over the town. Let's do a quick recap. Well, what do y'all remember from last week?
Well, we were tasked by a Edward Winthrop to go and find his missing granddaughter. She has been living in Kingsport with some artists and regularly sends him updates around the holidays via postcard that gives him kind of an update of what's been going on. Her last one, though, was a bit odd, and she has not been seen for a week since. We all went to meet him. We're tasked to go find her, and offered some money and some other financial and social backing to do so.
And we've been driving around in a sweet limo.
Yes.
Yeah.
By his manservant, Randolph.
Randolph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randolph's been driving us around, so we went to Kingsport. So the postcard, the last postcard had some weird art on it that was kind of non-Euclidean kind of buildings and landscapes. So we went to Kingsport and went to the cafe where we met with, it looks like her current boyfriend, who's been searching for her as well. We learned about from some of the other
Elliot, the poet, yeah.
We learned about from some of the other patrons that they've been trying to, the artists, some of the artists been trying to join a group called the Starry Wisdom Society. Some of us went to go visit.
People are dying to get into it.
Yes.
Oh, that was wordplay.
That old chestnut.
I figured that
That
out.
was
We,
not canon. To the
Some
event.
visited her flatmate Trudy, where they found Trudy was
lovely.
sleeping on a weird painting.
Yeah.
She was
Her
sleeping
dreams.
on a bed. The
Painting
painting
was
was
underneath
underneath
it.
it.
Yeah. B-Dave's Ezekiel proceeded to then take a nap on said painting.
Good life choices.
In a car, not on the same bed.
Not on the same bed.
Yeah.
That's
That'd be just creepy.
And went to a
yeah,
dream
he's a
place
priest.
and visited a church and got attacked by a worm demon
As you do.
priest thing.
The worm that walks.
Yeah.
We then went to that church in the physical world and found a bunch of little statues, and people proceeded to burn the statues.
And we think we think Henry Anthony Wilcox was the person who made those
Yes.
statues? That's our suspicion. Yeah.
I also just want to say that for the first time, something was burned down. I was against it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Our first jump scare.
And also the last time we will ever see such a thing from you.
Yeah, I was anti-burning, and that's
So was
just.
I.
Because
Yeah.
I'm none of the Irish
But
accents.
that's very new
I know
for me.
it is.
You're increasing your range as a performer.
So we then left. We went up to the Kingsport Head. Went up. It's around midnight when we made it up there. Went past little the radio relay station with the dude and took his thermos. And
That was a double wall thermos. A good thermos.
Us his
yeah,
thermos.
yes. We found
He offered it.
the foundations of a building up on the cliff with the door facing just directly off the cliff. We found a small cave below said cliff.
Yeah, something all descended to.
Me and Ash climbed down to where we found where a space where it looked like Amelia had been hiding out and doing some painting. She wasn't there, but there was a cot there. And I proceeded to try to get a feel of the space by laying down on the cot. And
Turns out naps are really dangerous.
naps are really dangerous.
Trail of
But you need them for info.
Now
And so
Let's do some retcon naps.
yeah,
Naps of Cthulhu.
I woke up in whatever the other place was, climbed up the cliff and found the house and climbed in through the door facing out over the cliff, where I met a man and proceed to sit down and maybe have tea with him.
So that's where we that's where we left off.
Big ups to our recaptain.
Nice recap.
Always.
Well done.
Always
Is there anything anyone wanted to add?
It was all very suspect.
Oh, we didn't mention there's apparently some famous French artist that Amelia has been hanging out with. Who is part of the Starry Wisdom. Yeah, Artois Bonneau.
Actually, Ardois.
Ardois, sorry. Ardois.
Yeah. They are DOIS.
That name's so arduous.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Zeal and
No,
ardor.
you didn't. I'm in another world.
Great.
I'm very perceptive.
So,
can't come to the phone
as
now.
Billy sleeps, what are you doing? Because you're also in that cave. There's a rope hanging down.
I suppose I'm watching him to see, or them to see if, like, you know, how sound they are, how restful it is. If at any point they get like, then
Worms coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, if at any point it seems like they're upset, I would probably try to wake them up.
Okay. They seem to be sleeping peacefully.
And I'm also gonna yell up.
That means I got good tea.
The
Probably.
good tea.
Probably.
Yes.
You're going to yell up, so you're going to go to the edge of the cave and yell up to the people?
Yeah, like tug on the rope.
Okay.
Be like, hey, Billy's taking a nap, because that's what we do here. But yeah, there's all kinds of paintings. We think this is probably where the girl was.
Why are artists doing their art in the weirdest places?
Is there artists? I don't.
Good. When you go back to check on Billy, they are gone.
Billy?
This is not a large cave. They definitely didn't jump
I will
out
check
past
under
you.
the cot. I will check.
Oh, you got me.
I will check behind the cat for secret passages. Oh, shit. All right, I go back to the rope. Hey,
Yeah?
Billy disappeared.
How?
He took a nap.
That's not how naps work. I've taken a few myself.
You also notice that Ezekiel and Banks are now also missing.
Hey, Ezekiel, what?
I haven't been able to locate the father. for some
Too
time.
many naps! They're gone!
Too many naps.
Everyone make a stability roll.
Nay. Also nay. Your first failed stability. Welcome to my world.
You failed stability.
I got a 1.
You rolled a 1, you rolled a 2. You're going to lose 2 points. Everybody, you failed.
Alright.
Its success is a 5 or a 6?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 5.
Okay. So this is disturbing to you, but not so much that you...
I'm particularly worried about Father Ezekiel's disappearance. He is not the sort to leave us at a time of peril.
So are y'all coming down, or should I go up, or I'm just standing here?
Come,
Look around
return.
again. They couldn't have gone far.
Okay. Oh, so I will look around and then I will return.
Yeah. There are no exits from this cave, other than the one you came in.
Are there any small paintings? In case
Yeah,
we need
sure.
a nap
Many.
later.
Yeah, some of them are
I just
small.
want to
Yeah.
grab some nap fuel.
You're gonna grab a painting. Okay.
Yeah, in
like
case,
this.
we need to, like, go on a journey in
Alright.
the dreamlands.
Okay.
All
Look
right.
over the edge of the cliff for a body, because you could be in a cave or you could be at the bottom of the cliff, and that is the finite number of places you could go from that cave.
I would have
That's
noticed
true.
if they ran past me and jumped off the cliff. Fine.
I also assume you can search a cave adequately, so I don't want to cast
I mean,
aspersions.
it is a long way down, and there are rocks and waves below. So,
Yeah.
if someone jumped, you might see them, you might not. This is not. Yeah, it's not a safe
Yeah,
place.
I can't see their body.
Yeah, and you're certain no one went past you.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just telling you that.
Can one
Certain
be
no one
really
went past
certain
you?
of anything?
Are you sure of it? You are sure. Yeah.
No, I know. I am. I am sure.
But are you sure?
But
Yes.
Are you sure? No.
I swear I thought I heard
I'm
something.
sure.
All right. What are you doing?
80s joke. Anyway.
Can I try to investigate the ruins of this house a little in greater detail now? Mm-hmm. I'm too alarmed to descend to the cave myself, and I believe it has been thoroughly researched by my companions. But is there perhaps some evidence that I may uncover by means of my forensic ability?
I think I've told you kind of all there is to find at the house.
Okay.
The foundation of it. It was probably struck by lightning and burned down, is what you would assume. And once again, the door was facing the cliff. That was the only entrance or exit to the house.
Yeah.
Which is unusual. Yeah.
On my way up, I would like to see, as I'm climbing back up, I would like to see if the route up looks any different than when we went down.
Looks the same.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't trust me? It looks the same.
Okay.
Sure it does.
Looks the same.
But it looks the same. That's where the quotes are.
I didn't put quotes.
It's the scare quotes
Looks the
because
same.
It's the
it's
same.
scary.
It is the same.
Okay.
Now, I still have Ezekiel's bag, correct? Because I basically carry my bag in his bag.
You do.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
while he is gone, I have his stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open up his bag and start pulling out his some of his like relics and exorcism tools.
His religious accoutrement.
Accoutrement, yeah. And say, well, in my companion's absence, I shall attempt to at least sanctify this place.
All right.
You know,
Don't tell me you believe that Satan bullshit as well.
even if I did, I am not invested. I could not truly, but perhaps this will be a comfort to some of us at least.
All right. You know that you've been with him for exorcisms and stuff. You know the right.
I've actually been through seminary school and stuff too. I
great.
just chose not to become a priest. I became an alienist and doctor instead.
Good. So you're familiar with it. You're maybe not as confident as he would be, but you read all the proper passages. You know.
Is anyone as confident as Ezekiel is when it comes to rooting out Satan
Lord,
and his
grant me
forms?
the honor.
Yeah. I feel like somewhere someone is saying the power of Christ compels you. Somewhere.
It compels you.
Yeah. Somewhere. I can feel that that's happening.
I just love the idea of us standing in the dark at midnight with half of our party gone, and then, we're just standing there watching you, like, sanctify. Like, of everyone to do it, it's the two of us just watching you being like, yeah, this is great.
And you didn't lose any stability, so you're the most calm about this. Like, I'm just going to set this up.
Yeah.
It's like, this is step number 2.
Yeah.
The devil's at work here.
Great.
Yep.
So, your options, I guess, are
We could all take a nap.
or head back
Because
down.
that has gone so well for those of us
Perhaps
who have.
not here, but eventually the body needs sleep. I'll rephrase. I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking tired that I'm hallucinating disappearing people. So you'll pardon me if maybe I want to close my eyes for a bit. In places that don't have art. Artless sleep.
So return to our lodgings in. We have rooms in Kingsport.
Yeah,
or-
the man got us
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
place in town.
There's a fancy hotel that they put
Yeah,
you.
I mean,
the
so-
fanciest for Kingsport.
But, I mean, the 3 people just disappeared. Like, I get that you're tired, but they just disappeared.
Sounds like a job for an investigator. I could think of no one more qualified.
If you think there is some benefit to us continuing to search in the middle of the night in the dark in a precarious place after we've already lost a great number of our group.
I just think that time is maybe of the essence. And I mean, I'm a little at loss, honestly. This is not usually how investigations happen. At least not in the past 5 years.
Yeah. And I haven't seen any tracks or anything like that would look like
Any trails?
any trails that would look like
You have outdoorsman, or when you got?
That was me.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's
Someone
Billy.
else has it though.
Who's the
It's
outdoorsman?
Ezekiel.
All your outdoorsmen are gone,
Yeah.
I have a 10 in fleeing.
A 10?
and you'll be glad to have that at some
Wait
point.
for it,
I
yeah.
guarantee.
10 in fleeing.
You'll be glad you're the person. I might not be able to outrun this monster, but my fleeing is higher than yours. So.
Yeah.
Ah!
I run against every surface pressing X.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. There's nothing here. There's no one here. A person allegedly disappeared out of a cave and probably down into the sea.
Whoa! What do you mean allegedly disappeared?
Well, they could have just fallen.
They did not go out the exit of the cave.
And they aren't in the cave.
Yeah, so that is disappearing.
Does someone want to spend a point of occult?
Yes,
Who would like to?
I do not have a point of
I will
occult.
do it.
All right, spend a point of occult.
I have 2 points of occult as well, so now we know how many of these we've got before the end of the game. How many gimmies we
You
get.
hang on to those.
That's
All right.
my thing. I have nothing of the occult and definitely not any other related.
Just do a check here.
So there are some theories that when people sleep, they go to another place. Obviously, this would be an extreme version of that. So it's possible that Billy traveled to that location. This is obviously beyond astral projection because their physical form is gone.
Yeah, their ass projected away.
Yeah.
Back to England.
Yeah, and you've also heard rumors that Kingsport has a strong connection to dreams. Like that's one of the reasons it's an artist colony because it's beautiful, but also like people have like very vivid dreams here. There's a strong dream presence in this town. Yeah.
What phase is the moon in, out of curiosity?
It is almost a new moon.
Oh, so it's real dark.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dang. Wow, this
there's a
outdoor
sliver,
thing has
but
been real
yeah.
fun, huh?
We have all the torches.
Yeah.
I guess no. Oh, you're still. You would say torch. Okay.
Hi.
We lost
What about it?
we lost our English guy, so I was like, no one says torch, but you would say torch. Anyway.
When I mean flashlight, I mean
Yeah.
Oh.
instead of torch.
I understand
Oh, okay.
what they're saying.
All right.
My stunned face was more about being compared to an English.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's what I said.
You know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
I
Anyway.
appreciate that. Thank you. From the bottom of what claims
All
to be
right.
my heart.
Before we move over to what's going on with Billy, I'm going to need a decision from the three of you.
So, okay. I know this is far-fetched. Obviously, some of us don't believe in anything mysterious. In the previous case that was here, there was a lot of stuff, similar things, and one of the things that came up was the idea that these artists were traveling to different places in their sleep. I've never seen someone disappear entirely in their physical form, but it just seems like maybe that's actually what's happening.
So, are you saying we need to find some way to cross over to this other realm to follow?
I think we found a way. I just think we have to decide if that's what we want to do.
How?
By sleeping.
Oh.
That would be my... I feel like sleep is the gateway drug. No.
Perfect. Then we're all agreed. I sleep like a normal person. You two sleep thinking not to be normal people, but in fact probably normal people. I'll see you in the morning. Shall we go down the hill?
I was going to, yes.
I-
Where do you intend this sleeping to happen? Does it?
Well, the only place that has happened where a person has actually disappeared is in that cave. And if people are disappearing into the dreamlands, Elliot said he saw the missing girl in the dream space. Perhaps that cave, with that massive amount of paintings, is some sort of dream portal. This all sounds really weird.
I want a bed.
I normally would not engage in an endeavor of this variety, but I am worried about our companions.
Do you want to take a trip to a bed in a cave?
That's the weirdest proposition I've ever heard.
Here's the thing, if none of this stuff exists, if you don't believe in any of it, then there is no harm sleeping in a cave. It will just go to prove that all of this some sort of malarkey or something.
Bullpucky.
Bullpucky. That's it. I like that. Bullpucky. Let's go see if it's bullpucky.
Garbage room is rented for me by a richer man. Jesus.
Ah! All right. Let's go take a nap together.
That sounds incredibly
we get all the
untoward
creepy
and subject to
arts out of it
misinterpretation.
No, we can't. That's part of the point. Yeah. All right.
So the three of you carefully climb down into the cave. And eventually, probably the last person to fall asleep is Leslie, right? They're like trying not to, but eventually
They're so tired.
Yeah.
Anger breathing.
Who takes the cot?
You best fucking believe.
Right.
Now, are we to try to sleep?
I
one
get
at
all
a
the art
time?
out of it first.
And,
Garbage.
should the others observe while one tries to sleep? Are we all just?
You can try that, but I'm going to say, even if you try that,
Probably
eventually
fall asleep.
you're all going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's a moment where Leslie lying in the cot like looks over and there's no one else there with them, and then, and then you're out.
Yeah, no, it's one of those sleepy wakey things.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up, you don't
Sleepy-wakey,
see
where'd
that
they
anyone's
go?
there, but they're actually there.
Great. So suddenly you're all awake and you're in the cave, but it is very different than before. The
See,
rope,
we're just here in this cave.
the rope is gone. All of the art is gone.
What have they done to this beautiful cave?
What time of day is it?
It's still nighttime. Yeah.
Who took all the art? And the rope?
Isn't it foggy out there though?
What's that?
Was
It
it
is.
foggy?
It is more foggy. Yeah. There's more of a mist than there was before. But yeah.
How long were we out, you think?
Clearly not long enough. It's still dark out. I want to go back to sleep.
Perhaps in this place, time has no or unaltered significance.
You're welcome to go back to sleep. I would like to investigate further.
Am I getting any evil vibes?
Something is not right. Like
Yeah.
all of you can feel like, even though you.
Leslie went back to sleep.
They're trying. It's one of those things where, no, I'm definitely asleep. See, my eyes are closed. This is me being asleep.
Yeah, you are unable to go back to sleep. You feel very awake now, like you've been.
Like I've had a full night's sleep, but somehow it's still night, and that clear.
Yeah, and something is definitely amiss.
I am pretending to sleep and eavesdropping on it.
All right.
Just out of pure resentment at this point, and
Yeah.
maybe denial.
All right.
I don't like this. I don't like any of this. It's very suspicious.
Yeah, I'm probably just sitting and trying to watch Leslie and see if they like become intangible, or if I look away and look back and they're gone, or whatever. I'm not.
So are you literally just staring at...
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I fake snore real loudly right in your face.
Okay. I probably lean over and sort of check pulse at the wrist periodically. You're fine. We're still here. I was just checking to make sure that your vitals were
Don't get so close to me, will you?
fine.
Oh, all right. Okay. That's okay.
Everybody make sense danger rolls. So you can spend points to help you sense danger.
Sense danger or sense trouble?
Sense trouble, yeah.
I shall spend a point.
You're
I'll
spending
try.
a point. What'd you roll with your bonus?
I rolled a 2.
Okay, what'd you
My
roll?
sense trouble generally is high.
I have
Very high.
I'll spend a point in the 2.
Oh, hey.
What's that, a 1?
Natural
it's
6.
7.
That's a 6.
6 on the dice, yeah.
Okay.
They do it properly and not with having the thing on the 1.
Okay, good.
It's so confusing.
So yeah, I rolled a 6.
All right. You
You rolled 6,
hear.
but you also spent a point.
So that gives me 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you two are completely unaware, maybe arguing, I don't know, but you hear something large moving outside of the cave, and you think it's flying. It moves past the entrance. and it's bigger than anything that should be flying. Like it sounds like either a flock of birds all together or one very large bird with a lot of wings.
Okay.
Is the sound that and in the pit of your soul you feel like there's something bad out there.
All right. I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out my revolver, and then I'm gonna. I look around and do I see these two still?
Yeah, they're there.
Okay. All right. There's something very, very large outside.
All right.
Definitely not natural.
I will point out at this point you notice that instead of revolvers you have swords.
How is? But then
Yeah.
What type of sword is it?
I don't know. What type do you think you would have?
Oh, is it? Oh, well, maybe like a cavalry officer's cutlass.
Sure.
I would say I have a sword and dagger.
Okay.
Or 2 daggers, because they were like here. That would be weird.
Yeah.
Swords.
It is very unsettling, but yeah, it's like your guns are now swords.
I have 2 rapiers.
Okay.
I suspect this will be less effective at range.
Where are my guns? Oh God, I hate this day.
Investigator can't keep track for firearms.
There were none of this is weird to you.
For
It's
shame.
all just a lack of ability.
At this point, you also
weird
notice
dream.
that the torches or flashlights you had are now gas lanterns.
That is
Or oil lanterns, I mean.
okay.
How's my tea?
We'll get there.
I will put one of
Delicious.
my rapiers away and pick up a lantern. Shot after you.
Certainly. Yeah, all right, so I make my way carefully with my lantern and my cutlass towards the opening of the cave. I'm going to poke my head out and prepare to lose my junk.
All right. So once again, it's misty, so you can't see as well. But there definitely is something going on with the harbor of Kingsport, because it looks like there is now an alien city there, as well as you can see through the mist. And it reminds you of the picture that
Drawing, yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, you can't see it very well, but you're still going to make a stability roll.
Okay.
Also, there's definitely something out here somewhere, and it seems to be like looking around. It hasn't seen you yet, and it's in the distance, but you should probably not stay in an exposed place.
Okay. Well, I'll make my stability roll, and then I'll determine how I act based on that.
All right. You spending any points?
So let's see. My stability it started at 8, and now I'm at 6. I've spent points to get it down to 6. So how it works is I can choose to spend more of those points to
add to your roll, and
Yeah.
if you if you succeed, or if you fail, those points you spent will be counted against whatever you were going to lose. So you know. So if you were going to lose 3 and you spend 1, and then you fail, you'll only lose 2 more.
All right. So I will spend another 1.
Okay.
Then to try to buff myself up a bit. All right, and I rolled a 5.
Okay, good. So you're good. You're able to handle this. You're keeping it together. What is your stability currently?
5.
Okay, so although you are keeping it together, you are holding on with your by your fingernails.
Keep this being eroded. Okay, so I pull back and I have a kind of like a sort of flop sweat. I go, there's something out there watching us. Something in the sky.
Yeah, it's looking for you. It's not watching you.
Looking for us. And below, the Kingsport is different. It's a city. It's an inhuman city, much like what we saw in the paintings.
How
It's
many
on
lanterns
the
do we
dark
have?
side of the moon.
Yes.
How many lanterns do we have?
How many flashlights did you have?
1 each.
We
Yeah.
each had one.
You each have a lantern.
Okay, so 3.
These lanterns have some way of hooding them or directing the light.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my lantern and throw it off the cliff down below to try to hit it on rocks and make a distraction so the thing goes to find it.
All right.
That's what I'm hoping for.
All right.
That would definitely go with
Are you going? So you're looking out over the city then to be able to do this, or
Well, yeah, 'cause
or are you just like turning your back and throwing the lantern?
I'm looking down below to throw it out.
Okay, so you look out, you throw the lantern, make a stability roll because you're seeing all of this.
It's fine. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
This gangster shit.
That's fine.
Would you?
I got
It is fun.
Okay,
This is fine.
I'm fine.
fine.
We're all
Everything's
fine.
Everything's fine here.
Good.
How are you?
And just so you know, you can you don't have to look at the city. Like if you want to go out there and just avoid looking at anything and just try to do that. That's
I will
That's
probably.
within-
my gaze.
that is within genre, right?
As
Don't
much-
avert them.
As much as Ash
Great.
wants to avert her eyes, Trixie would look at every room she goes into.
Right. Yeah, of course. So you toss the lantern, you see the light falling, and you see something very large, something that should not be flying, move very quickly through the air towards the lantern before it hits the bottom and just engulf it. Just shoo. You're going to make another stability roll.
Yeah, because that was pretty epic.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
Okay, you're going to lose 2 points. Because it's quite a ways away. You didn't get a good look at it, but it's not natural at all.
Should we run?
2.
I haven't seen this thing eat this thing, so I think that
I've been trying to look in the cave while they've been sort of readying for the distraction. I wanted to see before we skedaddled right out of there if there was any sign of Billy, a boot print in the dirt of the cave or something.
Good, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you have a skill. Yeah, you find a boot print of one of their, imprints.
They were here.
Yeah.
All right. And they probably, I presume they left then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also assume when you looked out, you can see that the house above you is intact.
Oh.
Like
okay.
perhaps because you were distracted by the other things, you just realized, wait a minute, there was a house up there where there was no house before.
Are you excited about using your fleeing ability?
What?
now that's mechanical. I don't know. I don't know that I am incredibly good at brain.
All he knows is he's got some rockin' thighs.
I have some sick quads.
It's not something to
We all
practice.
know that.
How far is the house from where we are?
You can climb up to it. It'll be a trick.
But how far is it?
It's probably like a 10 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not far at all. Okay.
So I go back in the cave to make a plan.
All right.
I think our best strategy is to climb up silently and in the dark towards that house.
But
If we make our presence known, that creature will eat us.
did you see it? What was it?
Oh, I have no idea. It was. What did it look like?
It looked like a mass of snakes.
It looked like a massive snake
Being carried by a bunch of evil birds
being carried by a bunch of evil birds
with a lot of eyes.
with like so many eyes.
Talent
Just
for
all
poetry, you
eyes.
have.
I could workshop it a bit. Just spitballing descriptions. It looked like, just the kind of monster you see only in nightmares, which is where we are.
I'm flipping through a very heavily flagged copy of the Bible, and I'm looking through Revelations trying to find a description that matches this thing.
Yeah.
Everything that exists must be codified somewhere. There must be some explanation.
I have bad news for you about the crimes I've done. Not
In
codified in there.
Revelations, there's the passage about describing when Satan returns as the multi-headed dragon, which could be multiple snakes.
Yeah, there's a few things that you could reference.
Did you hear that ghost voice?
It's like Billy is us.
He goes, perhaps that was the devil that Father Ezekiel saw in his vision.
I thought he saw worms. It was like man-shaped worms.
Sometimes in Scripture, worms and snakes, the words are interchangeable in some translations.
Right, sure. But when we were talking, he said worms,
The thing he spat was a worm.
and I saw snakes.
Oh, so do I still have that little holy water bottle with the worm in it?
Uh-huh.
Can I look at it and see if it's still in there?
Uh-huh.
And it is?
Yeah.
And it looks totally normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it's moving around in there.
It's moving?
Yeah. Yeah, it's moving around.
Perhaps we could throw this as some sort of distraction. I'm loath to give up another one of our light sources.
No. I'm not suggesting we throw more distractions. I guess I did make it clear. I threw a lantern before it hit the ground. That thing ate it.
So
But you did not miscommunicate.
Go while the distraction might still be distracting before it starts to look at where it came from.
My thought was more to silently sneak up the side so it doesn't even see us.
All right, let's go.
But if we could throw the worm or a rock or something.
I shall hold it close, and if it,
I feel like
if
that
it
worm
approaches,
is evidence.
perhaps it will be some sort of talisman against it.
So you're going to climb up the side to the house,
Hi.
and you're going to do it stealthily. So I'm assuming you're turning your lanterns off
Yes.
in the dark.
We can hood them, basically, right? So that if we need to open them...
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit warm hanging from your belt, but it's, it is what it is. Great. So, stealth, I believe, is the skill. Or is it
What about
sneak?
athletics?
Well, I feel like you're going to be sneaky, so yeah, we'll go with stealth. So, since you're all doing this together, who wants to lead? Who wants to be kind of the leader? Okay, you're gonna help them be
My
stealthy.
stealth is 8.
Yeah, you're gonna help them
Wow.
be stealthy. So each of
I'm
you,
a criminal. What?
You do all those bacon and eggs.
All of those bacon.
so each of you is going to spend 1 point of stealth. Do you have any stealth?
No.
All right. So this means that your roll is going to be harder because they don't have any stealth to spend to help with the roll. So you can spend as much as you want, but realize that they're making this more difficult by being loud, clumsy, non-stealthy people.
Wait. A cop might make life more difficult for me? Perish the thought!
I am a
Surprising.
detective. Thank you.
Ain't that just a species of cop?
I rose by end of the name.
So Sam, how many points are you going to spend? Considering that each of them is going to make this one level more difficult.
So I would have to get an 8 instead of a 6?
Well, if it's a 4, if you're going for a 4, which is the standard, you would have to get a 6. You don't know how
I do not know.
much perception this thing has, so you don't know what the base difficulty
A
is.
monstrous amount.
Could be.
course.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, it's
The
not like it
lowest
is-
you're going to have to get is a 6. Yeah.
Lovely.
Did we decide, do we want to throw something before we go?
We
I think
aren't
we
doing
decided
that.
we
We're only
didn't,
doing
yeah.
that if there started to be a thing.
Right,
All
right.
right, I'll spend 3 points then.
3 points. All right.
You fuckers.
What'd you roll?
5.
Total. A 5 total.
2 on the dice plus I spent 3 points.
Okay, great. So you're basically the three of you are climbing up the side of the cliff. At one point, one of you knocks a little bit of a rock. One of them does a little bit of rock, and
Yeah.
you're like 3 points of contact. you give them whatever advice they need to kind of be more stealthy.
You probably have to shush me while I have an ill-timed and irrelevant anecdote that I begin again.
I'm in place. This is neither.
The first rule of being stealthy is no anecdotes, right? But
What if they're about being stealthy?
you were able to get
Even
up
then,
to
even
the
then.
door, and you don't see any sign of this thing, so you feel like your stealth was successful. And you open the door.
Feel like I hate it when she say stuff.
It's up to you what order you want to go in. If you want to get them through first and then go through last, or if you think you'd go through first and then help them up.
I'm getting through the door first because if there's someone in there, I can hide away and warn them not to go up in.
Great.
Or not.
Well, you see Billy, and they are having tea with an elderly gentleman who appears to be dressed in Elizabethan garb. And they're kind of laughing and chatting.
I won't right up and slap them!
Would you like a spot?
Making me worry about you!
Would you like a spot? It's very good.
More visitors.
What time is this for tea with you disappearing out from inside of a cave?
The man
There's
goes
never.
and...
There's always time
yeah.
for tea.
English!
We shut the door behind us.
All right. The man helps you up into the door as you're coming up.
Good, because I'm busy being mad.
Oh, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you when you haven't been disappearing. What are you doing having
Wait, I thought
tea with this tosser?
Well, I figured if I'm dreaming,
I'm not a
I should just have some tea because I'm not going to find any good tea in Kingsport, and like I just return back to the cot.
Oh, feck, porous one.
How is
Logic.
how is the, I think there's a question we're all wondering, Billy. How is the tea?
It's good.
It's from.
It's good, right?
It is. Yeah, no, it's like some of the best tea you've ever had.
Oh,
This cannot be a dream. We are here. We are talking. This is shared.
Have you never talked to people in your dreams?
well, I've never talked to you in my dreams.
Yeah, but we spent the whole day
for us.
together.
You don't know what I'm dreaming about, do you?
In my
I'll
dreams,
get some more tea. And he goes to totter.
This is weird.
when something
What are you
unusual,
guys doing in my dream?
when something unusual happens in a dream, the dreamer does not have awareness of it. We are aware that we are in a dream now.
You never lucid dream?
No, I don't.
What do you lose in dreams?
Well, I mean, the only time I've lucid dreamed is when, well, it was in France and we was smoking a little bit when down in the trenches, but
I have had many patients who have made claims to lucidity during a dreaming state, and it is always entirely an exaggeration, which
How
is
would you know?
revealed under duress.
I'm gonna look around for something in the room
Investigation.
that's red.
You're looking for something red.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a red scarf.
I'm gonna try to turn the red scarf green. Just by thinking it.
Doesn't seem to be changing.
We're not dreaming.
Or perhaps you do not have control. Perhaps you are not the dreamer.
Well, then I wouldn't be aware of it.
The old man brings each of you some tea, and he says, "I love these philosophical discussions." It's,
so
I
let's
actually
get
beg
back
off.
to.
I remember, like, what I learned about you don't eat or drink of the Fae.
Billy, have you seen no sign of Father Ezekiel or Banks?
No, we're just catching up, hearing about the history of Kingsport, and I was listening. We're getting around to it. You seem a redheaded friend, Amelia.
yes, the girl.
Yeah.
I'm
here to
sorry.
find
My
her.
name is William.
Look at
There's nothing to be sorry about.
William
Loads of
and
folks
Billy.
named William. I don't hold it against them. I'm Leslie.
I like you. I'm.
The implication there is that you don't like the rest of us.
Hey,
Speak
it's
for
not
Mary.
his fault I'm more charming.
It's very suspicious, that's all I'm saying.
Suspect.
Why are you dressed in such an antiquarian fashion, sir?
Why are you dressed in such a modern fashion?
How would you know what a modern fashion is?
Well, you're not my first visitors.
Back to that, Amelia. She's been here recently.
She has been here, but not recently. She mostly spends time out on the cliffs.
When was the last time you saw Amelia?
I have a problem with time. Maybe 1 year ago? Maybe a week ago.
That narrows things down nicely.
Maybe it was last night.
See, it is the bloody Fae.
Okay.
I'm not a fae.
You know, you're required by law.
To say. Yes, that's true. And I am not a fae. I've met them before, I've been with them, and they...
What now?
Yes, they're such unusual people.
Okay. Is there anyone else here now besides us?
I think this is all of us. I'm here, and you're here. What do you mean?
Okay.
Oh yeah, where is the good priest?
Well, she turned around and you were gone, and then we turned around and he was gone, and so were our sweet society lady.
Is it possible they just left? I mean,
Eminently possible, much more possible than someone disappearing out of a cave where I thought they had fallen to their death. I punched them in the shoulder again just to bring the point home. But not actually hard, but kind of hard.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was disappearing. I just lay in
you
my
just
head.
took a nap in a cave.
I had to get some perspective.
Are they friends or enemies?
Yes.
If Father Ezekiel left without telling me of his intentions, it's because either there was a great wrong that he needed to right, or perhaps he has encountered some misadventure.
Unfortunately, I think your friends were taken by the servitor.
What it turned?
There's something outside of my house. A servitor.
Snaky, lots of wings, many eyes.
That sounds right.
All right.
What
Well,
makes
then
you-
we're gonna go get him back.
What makes you think that the servitor took them?
Well, the servitor has been traveling in the area more than usual.
I go to check my gun.
I would not recommend. Yeah, it's a sword.
Oh, well, that's new.
I would
Who
not
does
recommend.
this servitor serve?
The great old ones, the outer gods. Nyarlathotep. Azathoth.
Enough.
No god
Enough. Say no more of these names.
Yeah, stop making words up. It doesn't help us.
Was that French?
All words is made up.
Yeah, that's true. You got a point.
Bloody
But
French.
do you feel like
It is
beyond the
French.
fact that the servitor is outside, do you have any reason to believe they were actually taken by the servitor, or is this just conjecture based on nothing?
Well,
This is my house, and I am aware of the various areas around it. And I felt them be taken.
Oh, okay. You should have led with that.
well, then we need to go get them. 'Cause Banks is my charge, and
No, I don't think you understand.
I don't
What
think
this
you
monster
understand.
is.
There's still a chance, I think, to save your friends.
Oh, all right, great.
Then I stand
Burying the
I-
lead again. It's fine.
Father Ezekiel would not go easily.
Okay.
All right, then where best we find them? Try to find Amelia, because I know you haven't seen from her, but she's
Is
missing.
there a chance the servitor took her too?
No, she unfortunately is aiding the thing in the city. You've seen the city.
Is
Below.
But this is a separate thing?
It's one of the ones. Cthulhu.
What?
The thing in the city, it is coming closer. It feels the draw of dreams, and Kingsport has a very, a thin, I guess, veil between your world and this world. But to me, there is no this world and that world. There is all just one continuous world. But
They have a word for places like this. It is well documented. This is hell.
oh no, this is not hell. I've been there. Yes,
Hell is other
I'm a
people.
traveler. Hell is other people. I know who wrote that. An artist.
Aye. Well, I regret saying it already then. Too much with artists lately. Too much nonsense. Serving serving what? Serving the thing in the city. Is that the worm
Thank you for
place
the
then?
tea. I'll appreciate it. It's very good tea. I go get my my charge back.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, though. This Lulu, whatever. Is it the worm? Is it made of worms?
No, the worm that walks is the priest of the church below.
Okay. Why doesn't he get a funny name?
Can we get an organizational chart or something?
All right, so yeah.
A clear hierarchy
And the investigator
of
gets going.
servitors and masters.
Oh, let me get out a dry erase board. No.
Ye olde dry erase board.
Elder guess.
He says, I'm sorry, I know this must be overwhelming. It's very confusing, and you seem like new travelers in the realms of dream. I am a long-time traveler here. But there are several artists that came to Kingsport recently, and they have formed a connection with the thing in the city, and they are pulling the city to Kingsport. You should stop them.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Who does the worm that walks serve?
Cthulhu.
Also, how do you say
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu?
That is the thing in the city.
Sounds like a candy or something.
Now that's KOOTHOO.
Sure. You can spell it however.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
You can just call it the thing in the city if you want.
It seems longer. Are you okay?
Fine. I'm fine.
it calls to us in dreams, and some are susceptible to the call, and the artists, they have heard the call and came here.
You still have that statue on you?
It was on my person.
You got it.
I throw it.
Where?
At her.
Oh,
Like, toss.
does this mean anything to you?
Oh, that is the thing in the city.
Oh, this is... Okay, that is very on point. I'm gonna put it in my satchel.
Now you
I'm going to show him the holy water with the worm in it.
Oh, that's from the worm that walks.
And it appears to be undisturbed by this blessed solution. Perhaps our traditional methods, Father Ezekiel's methods, were not proof against it.
Why are you
I'm
unaffected?
looking around
Oh, sorry.
the house, the room. Is there anything else I could use here as like a weapon? I'm getting prepared to like go save my friends. Like my drive is duty. Like I got people to save.
Alright.
You're gearing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some stuff that you might find useful. What are you
Like
looking
an
for?
old shield. Like I
Yeah,
figure,
there's an old shield
I
here,
figure
sure.
my gun turned into an English broadsword.
Okay.
Because that's pretty apropos. And and I'm gonna try to grab like an old shield and like get geared up.
All right. Yeah, there's a shield on the wall. What is the symbol on the front? Something that for some reason...
It calls to me.
Yeah.
It is a it's actually like the old equilateral cross in a circle.
Okay. Great. Yeah. And it feels good. It feels like it fits you. Yeah.
I still have several questions. Okay, so why are you unaffected?
Unaffected by...
Like, why doesn't this monster attack you? Why don't you serve? Why don't you hear any calls or anything?
My house is protected by wards.
Wards. Can we learn these wards? Can we protect ourselves with these like runes or something?
Yes, certainly. It will take you several years, I think, to learn all of the...
Can you just ward us? Like, can you give us wards? I don't need to learn them. I just want to use them.
Well, I have something I can perhaps give you to help. He starts looking through his stuff. He's throwing all sorts of like weird fruit, odd bones. Like he's looking like there's a lot of weird stuff in
Jesus,
this.
how long have you been
in this
traveling
house.
then?
Who do you serve?
Time. I serve. Well, I serve no one, but my friend is Nodens, the Lord of the Great Abyss.
No, what?
Nodens.
And he's your friend.
And you have a cult. You probably have heard this. It's actually it's an English god. You don't even have to spend for that. Like it's an old like Celtic English god. Yeah.
But he's your friend. You don't serve him.
No.
Now, do I know? I mean, obviously, I probably think that this Celtic god is some old heathenism, and I'm not too. But I mean, do I know anything about Nodens or followers of him that would make me think that this person might be dangerous or duplicitous?
Nah, not really. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And based on like, I mean, you have like a sense of honesty, right?
Yeah, I do. I have assess honesty at 2.
Yeah.
That's one of my trained skills.
I mean, he doesn't seem like he's being duplicitous. If anything, he seems a little addle-brained, but he doesn't seem like he's, trying to mislead you.
Well, I will participate in no rituals, ungodly rituals, but I if you any information
Seems
you
like
can give
it's
us.
plenty godly. There's so many gods here.
He pulls out of his chest a five-sided stone that kind of looks
We call
like
that a pentagon.
It looks like not like a pentagon, but similar to it. But it is a five-sided shape.
Impossible.
Yeah. What are the odds? Yeah, it's like a pentagon. But it seems like odd. Like it not quite as
arcs or something.
Yeah, not quite as symmetrical as a pentagon would be. And there is a star on the front of it, and it looks like a leaf or a branch.
Okay.
But it's all very stylized.
I think I know what that is as a player, but yeah.
Sure. And he hands that to you.
Okay.
And he says, "This is the sign of the Elder Ones, and it can be used to seal gates or to protect you, but its protection is limited. I would not count on it."
And if we are to stop these devils and from bringing the city into our world, Is this stone how we do that?
It could seal one of the places where the fabric is weak between your world and this, but you must stop the anchors, the artists who are calling to the thing in the temple, and it calls to them. You must stop each of them.
Stop them, like, by breaking the connection, or...
You're trying not to say murder.
You'll have to decide the best way to do that. They are your people. They are not... I no longer live where you live. I don't know of them, but you must stop each of them. One is in the church, one is Amelia, and one is in the lighthouse.
Right, and they all serve Cthulhu. Cthulhu. You said the servitor serves the old ones. Is that different than the one in the city? Are they enemies by any chance?
No, they are all the same.
No, okay. Cool.
There are servants and servitors and things guarding the three places where the veil is thin. And I think at this point, perhaps on both sides. There is something else I wanted to give you. He hands you a small flask. He says, you can use this to travel between this side and the other.
Would you drink it or hold it, or what do we do?
You take a sip.
Oh, all right. What's it smell like?
It smells like roses.
Now, this is intended for us to return from this place to our own world?
Yes.
And goes both ways?
Yes.
So, what is it?
Wow, it's dreams.
Okay. All right, cool.
All right, I'm gonna tuck it into my bag.
All right.
What was it? The lighthouse, the church, and what was the third place you said?
We're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
this house. Right.
Amelia's in the church with one of them, presumably Wilcox. He was doing the church bunch.
No, Amelia was in a different place, you said. They said
She's here somewhere on the cliffs, perhaps, or...
Perhaps the one in the church is
Wilcox?
Mr. Wilcox. As for the lighthouse out on the island, I do not know. We have yet to see it.
Your friends, the artists, they are trapped in dreams and they may not know themselves. You will have to decide what to do to break the connection.
Can we just give them this water to bring them back if they're trapped in their dreams?
Perhaps.
Right. Well, thank you, William.
How much of this, how many people do you think this would help to travel? There is a finite amount of it, I presume.
Yeah, there's not much. You're not sure how long it will last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we give it to all these artists, we may not have enough for ourselves. If they have already sinned in the eyes of the Lord, they may have earned their punishment.
If you can break the connection, then you should be able to awaken normally.
Okay. All right.
We're ready.
I'm going to wait for a quiet moment when I can get him in on the side. Girl named Annabelle ever come through here? What happened? What became of her?
She was the first who connected this side and the other. She was an anchor like the others. This is all happening because of her.
Is there some way to fix it? Is there some way to fix what happened with her?
I don't know of such things. I would keep her away from this place. Let me get you some tea.
I'm going to walk forth. This house burned, so is there drywall?
No, it's not, yeah.
Okay, so it's just going to really hurt my hand when I punch it.
It's just wood, yeah. It's actually stone. It's the lower parts are, it's like, yeah.
Oh, God.
It's a stone house, so, yeah.
Okay, then I probably go add a piece of furniture or something.
All right.
I'm going to make my way outside.
I follow Leslie.
Already this place has begun to affect us. We must make haste.
Yeah, let's get going.
So, you are outside. Also, did you ever look at the city? Or are you just avoiding
No, I
looking at
didn't.
it?
I just focused on climbing.
Great. So I'm assuming, well, I won't assume anything. So you're outside of the house. You climb out of a window, I'm guessing, so that you are now on the cliffs, like the head, top of the
We
head.
don't just go out the front door.
Yeah.
I go out the side door.
Great. So you're standing on the top of it. For people who have looked at the city and can look at it again, it seems like maybe it's closer, like it's coming closer.
Or the city?
So I can look at it without having to keep making more checks because I've already seen it once.
Yeah, once I actually take a look, I'm going to have to make my roll. But I've just been focused on other things, to be quite
As soon as I
honest.
get out, I'm going to work. I have a swordsman. I'm going to be looking for tracks, for Ezekiel, for Banks, for Amelia, any other movement besides us outside here on the cliffs.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. When we appeared, we came here in the cave where we fell asleep, where we disappeared from. So it would make sense that they
Would might be here.
would
yeah.
originate on this hill.
Yeah. So there are tracks that are heading towards the edge of the cliff, where they just seem to disappear. Although it seems like there are some other, I wouldn't call them tracks, but markings that are very hard to place. Like maybe a snake or...
Like, do their final footprints have some drag marks to them, like that maybe they were picked up?
more like they were just snatched up into space.
Got it.
Alright, looking around really quick. Right. Well, they were here. They're not anymore.
I guess that means the servitor got to him. We should get to the church and you use that thing and not the sword and the shield and do things to him.
How far are we from the church?
Decent far.
We have to walk back
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, we don't have a car now.
Yeah, so it's going to be a walk.
Alright.
Alright, let's get hasty.
Well, hold on though. If this is a dream, perhaps we can will ourselves there.
Oh, we best not look around the cliffs first before we go down.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting things.
Yeah, I'm looking around for Amelia still.
Yeah.
'Cause she was seen up here.
Or any evidence of her.
Yeah, I'll try to help Billy look as well.
Yeah, I mean, someone want to make a spend of some sort, like for
I'll spend
outdoorsman?
a
or-
point of outdoorsman.
Okay. You find some what look like small barefoot footprints. I mean, you can't say for sure it's Amelia, but it looks like, the feet are small.
Yeah, it's not Ezekiel and not Banks.
Yeah, and they're barefoot. So
Yeah. Where do they head?
They go to the edge of the cliff at a different location, like more towards Kingsport, and then they stop.
I'll look over the cliff.
Yeah, you don't see anything down there right now. Yeah.
Does it look like I could climb down a bit?
You could, yeah.
Alright.
We just stopped thinking you jumped over the cliff. What are you looking at, Billy?
I'm gonna climb down a little bit. Amelia's feet go off this way, I think.
Alright, I'll belay you then.
Alright. So I'm gonna climb down a little bit.
Great. You don't have to climb far. You find there's a path that is hard to see from the top of the cliff, and it looks like it's winding its way down towards the top of Neptune, Father Neptune.
Okay. After I get down, there's a little path down here.
Oh. Alright.
Shall we follow?
I feel like we
Be
shall.
careful. It's tight, but it should be navigable.
Divide a nickel.
I don't get it.
Let me explain in extensive detail, William.
This is an ill-timed and irrelevant anecdote.
Your favorite.
See, I'm not the only one.
I heard. I know you said ill-timed, but I heard ill-tongued, and I was like,
Never. Perish the thought.
Great. So are you gonna go down? Do you want to try to be stealthy as you go down, or are you just gonna head down the path?
I'll be stealthy, because I hear that there's a big old beast out there.
All right. So who's in
That's the
charge
word
of
on the
being?
street.
Who's going to be in charge of being stealthy?
I can-
Hate all of you.
I can lead this
You're all the
one.
worst.
I can lead this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've got
Great.
5 left after that.
I have 6.
Good. So, but you're going to spend a point so that his roll does not get harder.
They're all, but yes.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Sorry. Their roll. Yes. Thank you. So.
Yes, I would give you
they
a
will
point of
make
my
it harder,
stealth to
though.
not make your
The
life
two
hard.
of them are going to make.
Okay.
Athletics doesn't help at all. I
I will
so
spend.
athletic.
I'll spend 3
It'll be useful
points.
if you flee.
Okay. All right. And
Okay.
Sam's
I don't
point
know.
does not add to your point.
No, I know.
It's just it doesn't subtract.
It's just my buy-in to the piggyback.
Now, y'all are probably going to hate me for this, but I am carrying. I have both the lantern, my sword, and 2 bags. My bag and.
I can carry one of those.
Yeah.
Share your burden.
Share the load. All right, so I'll give Father Ezekiel's bag to Trixie.
All right. Okay.
So I'm rolling this plus 3.
Right.
That's 9.
There's a proper half.
Wow. Yeah. That's
Okay,
a
pause
that's
the
a
roll
really
for
good roll.
stealth.
I
What
will
was your
say you see the thing far away, and it doesn't even come anywhere near you, and you see it kind of disappear in the distance. So as you after you get to the bottom of wherever you're headed, you feel like you've probably evaded.
We got some time.
Yeah, you got the slip on this thing. It's no longer looking for you, or you've evaded it really well.
Our screen's no longer blinking red.
Yeah.
I'm imagining this thing flying by with a weird Ivan Van Norman like screech sound effect in the background, like.
In my head, it was just like when you're playing Skyrim and the eye
dive
lights
in
up
with
for a
snakes.
second,
Yeah.
and then suddenly it goes like, and
It's
you're
like
like, thank you.
Great. So you get to the bottom, and you're basically at the top of Neptune, Father Neptune. And this path kind of comes out, and it would be like a beautiful vista if not for the terrible city in the distance. Are you still avoiding looking at it, or?
I hadn't really been avoiding. I'd been otherwise focused. But let's assume at some point in all the process of this, I've looked at the city, and then
It
real
happens.
poorly for me.
What'd you roll?
I won.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna lose 3 because this is.
Hey y'all,
Shaken and
having a hard
stirred.
time.
Yeah.
with it. What do you Oh, I should probably.
What are you at?
Do I take another point just for Annabelle?
You can roll for it. You can roll for it.
There we are, Annabelle. There's another one.
That's another point. Okay.
Yeah. So that will bring me down to 1.
Good. Yeah. At some point, you can kind of pull them aside and kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am definitely noticing that they're disturbed by some of this stuff, and that there's more going on. But I'm not. This is not a good time to. It's not time to do cliffside psychoanalysis.
Yeah. When there's a moment, yeah.
Yeah. So we're down above.
So you get to you can look at and you can see the top of Father Neptune, which kind of looks like a crown. You see a girl standing, looking out over the vista, and she's wearing a white kind of flowy robe, and she's wearing an odd crown, and she seems very majestic, like she's standing very just open. You can just see her back.
The painting that I put in my satchel, is it still in there?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to take it out and burn it.
Right now?
Oh, I thought you were going to do a compare and contrast.
Oh, there's our girl. She's back. Burning things.
Is there a way to get over to
Or at
her?
least, you know what, I'm going to take it out and I'm just going to stab it and cut it across.
From Hell's Heart and
Like
everything.
break
Yeah,
the
burning
frame.
something will make your position very visible, so something to keep in mind.
Yeah, so I'm
So
ripping.
you do.
All right, it's wood. It's on a
Yeah,
so just-
over the knee, break.
Alright, break it up.
Rip
Okay.
apart.
Very athletic, this one.
Is there a
I'm
way
so
to get
athletic.
Over, way to get over to her?
Yeah, you can walk. She's on the edge of the bluff. You can walk right up to her. I mean, just
I'm gonna walk up to her.
Don't startle her. She may be in a compromised state.
Amelia.
Who is that?
My name's Billy. I'm here. You're Amelia, yeah? She with red hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've seen pictures like
Hey. How are you? It's cold out here. You wanna come down?
Is this how you address the queen?
No. Sorry, Your Majesty.
Better.
You should, what brings you out here?
My king approaches. She looks back out over the city.
So when I broke the painting, she didn't like flinch or anything?
No.
Long hair don't care.
I shall walk up to her as well.
You should,
Oh, sorry, you're still talking.
yeah, you should come in out of the cold. It's, we'll get you ready for it.
Such things no longer concern me. My king approaches. And when they will all be cold soon enough.
But what about Elliot?
Who?
Your friend.
I know no Elliot.
What about Edward?
Leave me.
I can't do that.
I command it. I am your queen.
And I'm a knight. I'm here to protect you. It's my duty. I got your best interest in heart. Edward misses you. He'd really like to see you. And so would Elliot.
I'm waiting for my king.
He'll be here. He's coming. But you should come with us. You got time.
She just ignores you, looks out over the ocean.
I'm gonna walk up to her and throw the broken painting at her feet and say, Trudy sends her love.
She kicks it over the side.
It was a terrible painting anyway.
Paintings are just representations of things that are real. And when the real things are among us, we won't need them anymore.
Right, yeah. Let's get rid of all the paintings then, I guess.
Annabelle knew this, didn't she?
Pardon?
Join us.
You know, I came to America. I don't have a bloody queen. I'm gonna punch her.
Okay.
I've been wanting to punch her very deeply.
Punch away, good.
So, yeah.
When they go to punch her, I go in for backup to pull her
Yeah.
down.
Wait, who are you pulling down?
Not
helping.
them.
Yeah, her.
I'm pulling down.
Great. So scuffling.
Yeah, I got scuffling. I can scuffle. This
Great.
is good.
Every day?
I'll put,
Every day scuffling?
Every day I'm scuffling. So I'll put 2 points into punching this
Great.
queen.
I would like to put in a
Fucking
point
queen.
of athletics.
Well, this is resolve this, and then you're helping them out. Okay, so yeah.
Now I roll well.
Okay.
6.
And you added a point. Great. All right. What is your ideal goal here?
This is Sparta!
All right.
The goal is just
All right.
she's not going willingly, and then she pushed my very easily pushed buttons right now that she really shouldn't have said that. So it's just a cold
Good.
clock.
Yeah. So solid right across the jaw, and she is out. She's out cold.
Feed her the fucking juice and get her out there.
Flask! All right.
Well, wait. This is a safe place to send her back.
All right, drag her to the house and send her.
Fine, let's all go to the house.
I must say, I am quite glad that you did that without any prompting. I did not want to have to make an ungentlemanly suggestion.
So you're dragging her back up to the house.
No.
I have some usefulness.
We're already down at the head.
Why don't we just send her back? How is the house safer than here?
No, my thought is we have to go in the city anyways, and we go to where Randolph, where the car is, and send her back around there.
A punch don't last that long. Isn't it the books?
Yeah, we got the big... I mean, we don't even know if this is going to work. And if it does, we can all just go back.
I don't think the location has any sort of occult meaning, but she should at least not be on the edge of a cliff when she returns to our world.
Because there's not very much in that flask, yeah?
I'm sure there's enough for the 5 of us.
But we still have other things to do.
Okay. But I'm sure there's enough
'Cause
to
we've been
go
to-
and come back. We'll take tiny sips.
No. But we have to come back again.
Yeah?
We have to go to the church. We've been to the church over there. And there's nothing there.
I'm just saying there's a time limit on this. And I feel like we should do it sooner rather than later before her king shows up to see if we don't even know if it'll work.
If we have a limited number of times we can return or people we can return and come back, would it not be best to wait until we have as many of the people assembled and then attempt them all
So
together?
you just want to drag this body around?
Yeah.
I think she
Okay.
To what extent are we even working with movie roles where if you punch someone, they actually go down
Well,
for
I
any
may
sustained
have-
period of time and not go comatose?
I mean-
just so I know the relative fiction we're all operating on this plan within.
She doesn't look like, although she had like a very regal bearing, she looks kind of undernourished and tired, so she's probably going to be out for a while, as long as you don't, try to awaken her. But
Cool.
yeah, she
Good
doesn't.
to know.
I
Thank you.
also do have some pharmaceutical accessories which we could use
So
Which are now
to
like.
keep her from going back into another episode.
Now it's
Fine.
the oldie
I
cocaine.
I will carry her. We will go to where Randolph is parked and then send her back.
Perfect. Come on.
Fine.
Let's go.
Fine. I don't like this plan. I suspect it may not work. But let's just go.
Good. So you go down through the streets. You're able to. It's tricky because like the layout of the city is slightly different. So who wants to? Anyone have navigation or?
Is that a thing?
is navigation a thing?
I don't think
maybe
it
it's
is.
not in this version.
No.
I know we have an outdoorsman.
I have
An outdoorsman.
I have outdoorsman. I have what would be useful in this?
I've got streetwise. That's not
street.
you.
I
Yeah,
have
that's
streetwise.
exactly.
Streetwise, I have shadowing, so for like
Shadowing.
getting through a city in kind of a stealthy manner,
Does
plus
anybody
really
have-
following a person.
Does anybody have geology?
No.
No, that would rock.
It's on here.
All right. Well, there's not really a skill for it, so I'll say that you succeed.
So we do the thing.
Yeah. So you succeed. Good. So you find after about a couple hours, you're able to find where you think is the place where the car is, based on the landmarks around you, and you.
Stopping occasionally to give her drugs.
Apparently.
Yeah. Your pharmaceuticals, by the way, are now kind of all old timey pharmaceuticals, so nothing.
Oh, they're different.
Yeah. I mean, there's some stuff that you would still have, but other stuff is just like herbs and poultices. When before it was.
I am horrified. This is for keeping people's humors in balance. It is long discredited scientific work.
There's like a jar of leeches. And
Yeah.
there's
I don't know.
Basically.
I'm pretty sanguine on their efficacy.
Yeah, but there's probably still opium, I would think, as instead of whatever the
Yeah.
version would be.
A bit early for that because that's a colonization of.
Yeah, there'd be something though. Maybe it's just alcohol. Anyway,
Every patent medicine is just alcohol anyway.
Opium.
It's just that hooch with a label.
But also like the. Anyway, nope. I'm not going down into my nerd place.
hey, if we know for sure, but yeah.
I don't know for sure. I'm just trying to logic it out based on trade
It
in
was
China
very
and
popular
colonization.
in Western Europe as early as the 1500s. So one would think it would have.
Does it come up in Shakespeare at
That's a
all?
lot.
Yes.
Okay, well then
He was
yeah,
on it.
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
definitely opium in there then.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're
Milk
And it's like
land.
I was like, the
Yeah.
Silk Route's been around for a long
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh,
Great. So you're at the location. There's like a cobblestone street here, and obviously, there's not really anyone else around. Although the mist is kind of growing, but yeah. What do you do?
pinch your nose, it opens your mouth, and you see.
A little
So
dripping.
Are we going to take a break?
Oh.
Yes, we should.
Because it's about that time.
This would be a good time for it.
A good time to take a 10-minute break?
Yeah.
Let's take 10 minutes. minutes, and
So-
we'll see ya.
So before the
Wait.
break, we'll put it in, and when we come back from the break, we'll find out what happens.
Well, make sure. I don't think our good friend Kareem has heard that we're going on break yet. So.
Hey, Kareem. We're gonna take a break.
There were sounds that we could hear. It's just great. Everything's fine. Super
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Too many
Now,
times.
Kareem's here. Just bear
See you
with
in
us.
10
We'll be back.
minutes.
Hello! Welcome back to Trail of Cthulhu with Uncommon Trust at QueueTimes! Stuff's about to get tentacly, I think.
I feel like stuff's
fine.
been tentacly.
It's about to get real scary up in here. All right. So, you hold Amelia's nose. You put a drip of the stuff in. And from the shadows...
Wait, before I do that. Do you have, like, droppers or something?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I want to be able to measure this. I don't want to just, like, dump liquid from a flask in. So I do want to do a drop.
All right. Well, here.
Or, like,
Hold her nose and mouth
couple
open, and I
drops.
shall administer
Okay. As you're kind of looking and figuring all this out, someone steps forward from the shadows. It is a young man. You've seen him before. It's Elliot. Yeah. And
They've seen him too, then.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I am startled and drop my pipette.
What? No!
I have another.
Hey, okay, all right, okay.
What are you doing?
We're bringing her back
Back where?
to the not here.
We're sending her home.
She is in great danger, Elliot.
is-
and you are as well.
Oh, okay. You're really.
Your very soul hangs in the balance.
You're all in danger.
Yes,
Yeah, no, yeah.
I just said
obviously.
that.
Like everyone is
we-
in danger.
We understand there's danger, and we're gonna take care of it.
I don't even need sense danger to know that. Wait.
I'm going with her wherever she goes.
That's fine.
And wake up from wherever you are.
So
It's a dream.
then we're gonna give you some of this too, and you're gonna wake up on the other side, and there's gonna be Randolph, and you're gonna take her into the car, and you're gonna get out of here. You're gonna go back to Arkham, back to Edward.
He doesn't approve of me.
You are gonna do this
Also,
because you care for her, and you are gonna pull your shit together, and you're gonna take care of her, and I'm gonna spend a point of intimidation.
Get it together. Just put it in the bag.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Okay. Spend a point of intimidation. Yeah. Yeah. And it's actually like he's like, all right, I will. Like he gets kind of aggressive with you, but it's like it seems to be directed in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Also, stop painting this shit or sculpting or whatever it is you do.
I'm a poet.
Oh,
Yeah, she never met you before. But
I
hey,
don't know who you are.
quick way to get Edward to approve. Bring her back. Now do it.
She needs
it's a good
to
message
stop
for everybody.
painting
Stop.
weird cities. You need to stop writing poetries about weird cities.
Give up on your dreams.
Don't sleep on top
bad.
of pieces of art. Like
If you
that's just
need
weird.
to write weird shit about weird cities, go to New York like everyone else.
All right. So the takeaway is art is bad. Everybody. That's the takeaway.
You heard it here.
I can tell you that. I
The
went to school for it.
takeaway is if you paint something and your first instinct is, I want to sleep on this, maybe
Maybe
don't.
sleep on that idea and not the painting.
yeah.
You don't know how sexy my little wooden paintings are, though.
All right. Yeah. He seems to be convicted now, and
You made
Right,
it weirder.
great.
How is
That's
that
why we're here. This is
So-
Trail of Cthulhu. It's supposed to get weirder.
We'll give him a little bit of a drop of
No, give it to her first.
her and him.
Because we don't even know if this will work.
Yeah.
All right. He kneels down next to her and he like holds onto her hand and like he's like, go ahead.
Can I try to assess? Do I think that? I mean, it's obvious to me that he does genuinely care for her, but is he going to try? Do I think that he's going to try to like just bring her back here or do something else like that? I mean, she probably. This gentleman would probably.
Yeah, can we assess
They
his honesty?
intimidated the fuck out of him.
He does not seem like he likes being here or that like he's scared of being here.
Okay.
Your impression is that he would like nothing better than to not be here anymore.
And he's just here because of Amelia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I trust him to get her out of here.
But if Amelia desires to return, would she not enlist him in her service?
So
That's what we're giving.
I was
him
gonna
to
say,
Randolph.
does Randolph have any knockout drugs that we know of?
Well,
Did we leave a-
importantly,
did we
he
leave a
has
bag with
having
him?
100 pounds on her.
You can
We should help.
take some of it as well, and then go over, convince Randolph, and then come back.
I'm concerned that we don't know how much more of this we'll need to free others.
This is future us problem. First we send her, then we worry.
I'm just saying, did you guys have more luggage that you left in the car with more stuff, or is all of your stuff here?
No, this is my kit, and you have Father Ezekiel's.
I carried all my baggage with me.
Well, are they
Figuratively and
are
literally.
they identical, these two bags?
No.
No, his has got a bunch of religious stuff in it.
Fine, whatever.
Ezekiel's has a bunch of exorcism stuff in it. Mine has mostly like sort of scientific stuff and drugs.
Well, your stuff carried with you, give some to Elliot. He can put it in his pockets. When he appears on the other side, teach him how to use it. He can administer knockout drugs until they get back
But
to...
it's not the same thing on each side. It's like herbs over here.
No,
I would have to guess what will this become on the other side. I think we know that Randolph is a
where
faithful.
your stuff was in your bag, right?
I'll make sure she doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know that Randolph is trustworthy, and
Just give him drugs.
I think
give
he's
him
just a little bit over paranoid.
yeah, I shall keep a hold of these leeches and sage. And
Maybe could you write me a letter to give to Randolph so he knows that I'm working with you?
Yes.
He doesn't like me.
We have gathered that much. But I'm sure after you return his granddaughter to him, perhaps his estimation will change.
Is my notebook still a notebook? Randolph's the driver.
It is
Yeah.
pieces of vellum,
Okay, fine.
and there's a feather pen quill, basically.
This is terrible.
With a thing of ink, but you can still write. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I take out an ink pot and I'm like, "Hey, Randy, the kid's with us. Trixie, rip it up."
Never called him Randy before.
He's gonna love that.
To his face, maybe
Yeah.
not. Anyway,
All right.
rip it out. Pass it
You have to
him.
rip it out. They're loose pages.
Okay.
Binding did not exist in ye olden days.
Well,
I say with great authority, incorrect.
It did, but it was real expensive. Yeah.
higher than your credit rating.
Great. Okay, so you give him the page. He puts it in his pocket.
Yours is a 3. You're pretty good too.
What's going on? Are you playing tic-tac-toe over there?
Notes.
Oh.
Important notes, so we don't speak.
We're,
I'm just
we're
curious.
confirming that our headcanon is lined up.
Don't tell him.
Or I accidentally explode her head cannon.
Just make sure your headcanon is primed and got the ball in it. I'm out of ammo for my headcanon.
Headcanon's armed.
It fires my brain at things. I have one shot.
Are you ready to blow your mind?
Oh
I'm gonna
man.
blow your mind with
Okay.
your headcanon.
I'm not
So-
gonna miss my
So Elliot,
shot.
here,
He puts it in his pocket.
give this to Mr. Winthorpe, and see that Amelia is returned and kept away from any artistic endeavors.
I will.
So
No landscapes, just no landscapes.
we administer the drugs. The boop.
First to Amelia.
Yeah. What
All
happens when we give her the drop of this stuff?
She kind of seems troubled a bit, there you like this is kind of weird. Like she kind of shifts a bit in your perception, kind of in the way that things in dreams do. Now that you that you think about it, and she blips away,
Okay. quickly give it
and he goes with her.
Oh,
That was efficient.
okay.
Yeah.
Without us giving him the stuff?
Yep.
Oh wow.
All right.
Because
Oh, because they were holding hands.
and she was his anchor.
Yeah.
That's what Willie up the hill said.
We have
You are all
solved your
still
dream
here.
puzzle.
Good job. But you are all still here in creepy Kingsport.
And
Yeah, we have to go to the church
the
now.
church.
Yeah. Let
And
us
it's
make
cold.
haste to where we believe the next anchor may
Amelia,
lie.
check. Church, lighthouse.
Ruins. Crossed
Steel
out.
underpants.
Good.
However, we did not seal it.
No, but we have to go to the church.
We
next.
got rid of the anchor, so.
Oh, are we supposed to perform some
No.
thing with a stone here?
Maybe if we find a portal or something.
Ah.
Let's see.
It's not. That's not. I'm just here to keep you all safe and to kill things.
So yes.
I'm pulling Trixie's head real quick. Your partner went missing. Yeah, Jack. Car?
No, Jake was murdered. The people who murdered him went missing, or at least didn't bother to stick around.
Keep a ready eye open for them, yeah? All of this... Amelia knew my sister's name. And
Yeah, I heard that.
just keep an eye open, okay?
You okay?
Fine! Of course! Why would I not be?
Maybe before we move on, you have a little chat with our doctor friend.
Why would I need that? Is there something you're suggesting?
Yeah, maybe he's got like tea or something for you.
Feck tea! We've got things to...
You just seem a little on edge.
I'm gonna storm off like a crazy out of control.
Can I try to follow Leslie?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So yeah, I kind of keep my distance for a bit.
There's good judgment.
She's punched. They've punched several things.
Yeah, and once I think that
One
they're
thing, one person.
two things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, but yeah.
Women are people.
At the time, though, she was very possessed.
There's a lot of punching going on.
yeah, and once they seem to be at least not gonna,
Readily elbow someone leaning over me in the sleep. Yeah.
I approach and say, "Are you all right? You're normally of a very practical demeanor, and you seem, perhaps it is this place. I offer no judgment, but if there is something you wish to unburden yourself with, I'm not a priest, but sometimes a friend, a friendly listener, is all that is needed for God to do His own work."
And well, who knows what has ears here and hears things and people and stuff and past and future and things I don't remember. And what were we talking about?
The fact that I'm concerned for you and your welfare.
You know, in this place full of monsters, I am also concerned.
That is
I lean in really close.
all right. I am slightly unnerved, but I have experience with patients. Probably some of them even more violent, and so I hold real close.
You probably know that I am not typically a physically violent person. It's the bacon and eggs.
It's the bacon and eggs.
I don't even have a weapon on me for context here.
When you saw the city, did you feel something unusual?
Yes.
I did as well. And I want you to know that you are in possession of your faculties. And what we are seeing here is not a delusion. You should doubt your senses, but not your spirit.
I'm not worried about delusions. I'm worried about deja vu.
That you've seen some of this before.
Years ago.
Now, did I overhear Annabelle getting mentioned by Amelia or any of that sort of stuff, or was that out of your...
Yeah, because Annabelle being mentioned by Amelia, you would have heard, because she said that at normal speaking voice. That I said it to Willie.
So who is Annabelle?
She's my sister.
And I presume that she is at least missing?
Nah, you can see her anytime you like. Head up on to Arkham Asylum. She's right there.
Oh, I have, Now, I've done work at Arkham Asylum, so...
I mean, you most certainly have, yeah.
Is there a possibility that I've run into Annabelle?
I think so, yeah.
Does Annabelle look at all like you? Would I be able to guess who Annabelle was?
You can put that 2 and 2 together, especially now that I've given you the name and the location, your context.
Yeah, at this point it'd be clear that who this patient is, and you probably work
she's
with them.
not under the same last name that you know me to use.
Okay.
She'd probably be Annabelle Brown in the records.
I believe I have seen your sister at Arkham, and she is... Her diagnosis is difficult.
Yeah.
we still don't know. Was it something within her, or did she encounter something that was traumatic?
Well, if everybody in this fucking town seems to know of her, it was probably something she bloody encountered out in... Something about this is getting to me.
Well, perhaps if she is connected to this place, if we can stop whatever is going on here, perhaps it will release her as well and give her some peace.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, alienists!
That counts as psychological triage. So yeah, if you want to spend some psycho, let's now let's follow the rules part of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to spend some points of psychoanalysis, then you will get 2 points of stability back for every point you spend.
All the way back.
I'm going to spend, I'll spend 3 points of psychoanalysis.
Wow.
Oh, Brett!
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. It can't ever go above whatever your maximum was. But,
That
yeah.
is 2 below my maximum.
Okay.
3 below.
You are now more stable than all of us.
I know, right? Well,
told me-
because I have renewed hope that maybe all of this bullshit would help my
Actually,
sister.
Yeah.
I've not
hope?
lost any stability.
Thing with the feathers.
Oh,
I now have feathers.
Yeah, I'm a rock. I have not lost a single point of stability.
What are
Billy
you
Chevy
at?
over here.
8. All right, so we're 8, 7, 6, 5.
5.
Yeah.
For now.
I couldn't remember. You told us before the first game. What is the special ability for military backgrounds again? I know it's something to do with spending reassurance.
You can do something similar where you can,
can
like,
also-
they're not
if
very
someone has
proto-Nazis.
lost to the
Proto-Nazis.
point where they're
Get
they've
yourself
got
together,
shell shock,
Corporal!
you can kind of pull them. Yeah, you can pull them together.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think you use
Reassurance for that.
Yeah,
I think that's what you told me.
yeah. You can also, if you want, because that was such an excellent exchange, you can spend. You can give yourself a little triage and spend 1 point, but you only get 1 point back if you do that. So if you
I think I will do that. I will
I
do
think
that.
that's
that
probably a
seemed
good
like
idea.
that seemed like that might have comforted you as well. So,
Yeah, I think I got a bit
Yeah,
of a,
there,
a
it
bit
gives
of a...
us more of a greater sense of purpose.
Yeah.
I would like to spend some preparedness.
What do you want to have?
I want to have knowledge of because what's her name?
Amelia.
Annabelle.
Annabelle, the
Because
sister.
her involvement it probably happened around the same time, was related to everything that happened. I probably would have looked into what happened to her. And so I want to say that I have, with my cool detective abilities and my special ability of knowing stuff, that's
don't
my
think
thing.
you-
Is
Yeah,
I don't
maybe there
think
was
you
an
need-
incident that got her committed or something.
I don't think you
wish-
need to spend preparedness for that. I think you can just have
Her
that.
parents-
okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to know the details of where she was found or any any sort of locational information as to if there was an incident where she was found, where she had first gone crazy or somewhere where she was squatting.
It happened near. She was picked up not long after the riot where your partner was killed and was possibly involved in that
But where?
in Kingsport.
But where?
On the
Oh,
streets.
the location.
Yes.
Yeah, it was up near the church was where that happened.
Okay.
That's where we're heading next. So while this conversation's happening, I'm keeping an eye on the streets and being very watchful, soldier.
Looking for
knight.
cloakworms.
Yeah.
Cloakworms.
Yeah.
I like that.
Note to self.
Watch
I
out
don't
for
like that he
cloakworms.
likes that.
That's just the term cloakworms.
This is very a very weird place and everything, but I have I'm surprisingly stable and dutiful. I have people to protect and things to kill.
Yeah, it's actually, I think, disturbing to everyone else that you're taking this so nonchalantly. Obviously they are not dealing with this in the right. Yeah.
I just pick up a shield, I have a sword. I'm like, this feels good. This feels good.
Yeah.
Let's
Normal reactions
compartmentalize
to
this.
abnormal situations
Yeah.
is normal.
Yeah.
I would say I'm not dealing with this at all. I've put it in the back burner to emotionally deal with it because I'm in.
On to-do list.
I'm on-
Deal emotionally.
Yeah. I wrote in my notebook deal
groceries.
emotions. But right now I'm very
focused,
okay,
yeah.
so there's 3 little we gotta get rid of one I'm like
Yeah.
I'm evidencing in
So
my brains.
we're heading towards the church.
Yeah, I think my pillars in general are starting to get kind of assaulted by this, because
yeah.
my big
I'm
thing is
pretty well afraid about him.
I'm trying to I believe in like the inherent goodness and virtue of God's creations, and also that eventually faith and science can be reconciled in some way, and it's this is
Oh, one of my pillars is empiricism.
Okay.
So guess how well we're doing right now. It's great. So we head to the church, and I'm actually feeling a little better.
Great. Make a sense danger. Right.
Each of us?
Sense trouble.
Sense trouble?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will,
so you can
Not
spend
including me.
as many points as you want.
I will spend a point of sense trouble.
yeah. I'll spend a point as well.
I don't like spending points.
That's a
Failure.
4.
Okay.
You got a
What
4?
happens.
I got a 1.
You got a 1? You're like, do.
Yes, you do. Everything's great.
Great. So yeah, anyone who got a 4 or more, you see. So everyone, basically, except for the alienist, you in the mist ahead of you, on the way up to the church, there's a figure, a human figure. You can't they're far enough away that you can't see them
Do they look
well.
cloaked and wormy?
Once again, you can't see them well. You just know it's a humanoid figure ahead of you in the road. Yeah, so it's up to you. You can either try to evade them, go a different way.
Nah.
You can approach them. It depends on what you want to do.
Look, a person. Let's go talk to them.
And
Look.
we'd waste more time if we went around them, right? They're in between us and the church.
Is it still a crime if you set really old dream buildings on fire?
No, I there's nothing in the criminal law books about dream fires.
We can draw something away.
This place,
Like that one over there, and then we can get to the church.
and this is a cursed place. I would feel no guilt for anything you destroy
A
here.
little bit of light arson between friends would say it.
So instead of talking to this person, we're going to light a fire.
What if it's
we
Worm
could
Boy?
we could start with talking, but agree if there's anything untoward in
Well,
their
if it's
behavior.
Wormboy, he needs to be destroyed.
I agree.
Push him into the fire.
Not
well.
not guns at the ready.
Then I will walk up, sword
Yes.
shield, and be like,
As we get closer, do we recognize
these streets are
this thing?
dangerous.
Yeah.
You should.
You do as you get closer. Yeah, this person looks familiar to you.
Hi.
Trixie. It's Jack.
Jake.
Yeah.
Ha. I got this. What? You're dead. You are dead. Why are you here?
You're dead.
No, I'm not dead.
I was just trying to lighten the mood.
By saying I'm dead.
Sorry, I'm not good with jokes.
What are you doing here?
I just wanted to say goodbye.
I'm confused. Are you not? You? Is this like?
Come here.
No,
No, I don't.
I stand. I move to stand in between them.
No
Would
touchies.
you back off?
No touchies.
How do I know you are Jake?
Don't I look like Jake?
Yeah, that is not enough evidence.
Don't I sound like Jake?
Yeah, we're in some weird dream world. That is not enough evidence. Tell me something only Jake would know.
Then wouldn't you know?
Oh, my face comes off. He goes like this and pulls his face off.
And
I
what's
swing.
underneath?
Worms!
I swing.
All right. Everybody make a
Apparently
stability
this body
roll.
was not by Jake. It was by...
Body by
by
Jake.
This is going to be especially bad for you since you know this
6
person.
on my disability roll.
6? Okay, you're good.
5.
You are also good.
Also 5.
You're good.
I'm going to spend a point.
Valid.
And, I rolled a 2, so I still lose.
All right. This is a close up. So, yeah, you're going to lose 2 more points.
You ready for your close-up? No!
No, you're going to lose 3 more points. Yeah.
On top of the one he spent.
Yes.
On top of the one I spent? Holy shit. Okay, that brings me down to 3.
Yeah, it's a serious shock for you.
I'm throwing my rapier towards their head. And I believe they are swinging as well.
Great. Make an athletics roll, or I mean,
weapons?
weapons roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Spend some points, and
I will
you
spend
also.
points as well.
All right.
I will spend. I'll spend 2 points on weapons.
Okay.
And my weapons is at 8. So.
All right.
I also spent 2 points at weapons. My weapons is at 6. I got a 7 total.
Okay.
Like a boss.
I got
Like
a
a
6
boss.
total.
All right. So this thing is made of worms.
Mm-hmm.
So although like you've definitely disrupted it a bit, it's not really hurt by this. Like it's
Piercing damage doesn't do much against worms. Yeah.
Yeah, you've knocked some worms
Smash 'em.
hither and about, but it's just kind of basically reforming. You have a very strong suspicion that these weapons are not going to be effective against this thing.
This creature must be purged with the fire.
Hey, Leslie, you want to burn something?
I'm fleeing.
Okay, good. That's a good call.
Okay. All right.
Great. So
You know the part where I have no weapons and no weapon skills?
You have a lantern.
You have a lantern.
I do.
You have a fire lantern.
I do.
this thing is going to. Well, what did you want to do before we?
I mean, I think if everybody in the moment who attacked on instinct, I don't really have that.
Okay.
So, but I mean, if there's if this is a new round or something like that's happening,
It's the same round, but before it acts, I'm going to let you do something.
okay. Geez, I don't think I would have the presence of mind to throw my lantern at it. I use my words and probably said something about, we need to purge it with flame or something, but I think that's about it.
Okay.
We need to, and by we, I mean someone
What
else.
else? Yeah, I'm sort of I say that and I'm holding the lantern in my hand, but in my cutlass, but I'm backing up.
So the only 2 people with lanterns.
I have a lantern.
Okay, great.
Yeah, one person has both presence of mind.
Yeah.
Come
All right. So the thing is coming towards you. It looks like it's trying to just engulf you. Is basically what
I'm
it is.
just gonna.
They do
I'm gonna
that.
take that.
They do that. That's a
I
worm.
will. I will stand in front of Trixie with my shield.
With the shield.
Yeah.
Make an athletics roll.
Okay. I will spend 2 points of athletics.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
Great. Yeah, you
Like a
you
mouse.
not only are able to stop its approach, but you're able to push it back a bit, and it kind of stumbles. But it is regrouping and getting ready
Is there
to
anything
come at you
special
again.
about the shield, or is it just a?
You're not sure, but it felt good.
Shield of the Templars.
Yeah, I mean, was it the shield or was it your skill? Because you rolled pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Great. So
Burn it.
All right. So now I think I probably do have the. Now I see that Billy's blocked it. I throw I make sure that the lantern parts of the hood are up, and then I just huck it so that the glass part of it breaks at its feet.
So you can make an athletics roll, or you can make a weapons roll, whatever you.
I'll do weapons.
Okay.
I have a 2 in weapons, and I'm going to spend. I'm going to spend both points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So. Doesn't matter. I rolled a 1.
All right.
Is there any way I can aid in this?
3 total.
Not really. Great. So you're kind of like fumble with it, and it like lands not anywhere near the thing, but at least kind of between you and it.
Yeah.
So there is some fire there, and it does seem to kind of like be not like it doesn't want to go near it. It's not like it's like fire, but it's like it's
Fire
Can I use this opportunity to help Trixie get away? All you have is a rapier, and yeah. Okay. While I'm on Project Flee,
Okay.
Project Assist Trixie
for mine,
with
I
me.
will. Seeing my sword not work, I'll like stab my sword into the cobbles and then grab my lantern from my belt and just like swing it like a club almost, like
All right.
try to smash into its face.
Make a weapons roll.
Swing in the club.
in the club.
Or I'll spend 2 more points
We're
of
so
weapons.
scared.
Okay.
We're so scared, you guys. That's why we're making
5.
jokes. We're scared.
5. Great. So, it's splashed with oil and it catches on fire, and its cloak that it was covering is on fire. It doesn't scream so much as there's 1,000 little hisses that seem to come out of it.
Can I spend fleeing to help all of us flee towards the church?
And I will
Oh,
invoke
yeah.
the spirit of our missing Ezekiel and say the power of Christ compels you.
All right. Well, that's an extra level of annoyance for it, I guess. But yeah, it's,
I'm super encouraged by this.
yeah, it is definitely like once again, you don't feel like you're going to be able to defeat it, but it's definitely at this point like it's not going to be coming after you right away.
Okay.
So you've inconvenienced it to the point if you want to, and I will give you a point of stability. Well, your stability is already at full, so you
Can I get any of my weapons or athletics back at all?
Yeah, I'll give you a point of weapons back.
Okay.
When does that stuff normally recharge? Like in a new game?
If we get a chance to
new
rest.
story?
You get a chance to like rest, like if there's like a bit of downtime.
And with the amount of time we got left, probably not.
Probably not gonna happen.
Spend.
Yeah.
If
Great.
you've got them.
So you're able to like get away from the thing and head up towards
I'll
the
make sure to grab my
church.
sword with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So at this point, I think, do you have any lanterns left? I think you've thrown them all.
We have one.
Also, did
You're the sole lantern
your
holder.
I just swung and hit him.
Yeah.
If it's still
It
usable.
broke and like the oil went everywhere, so
Okay.
it's no longer
Yeah.
usable. Great. So you get to the church.
Get me to the church on time.
Inevitable, really, that was going to happen. There seems to be light coming out of the church,
What kind of light? Like flickering firelight?
candlelight.
Candlelight?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the church, is completely solid, like it's not a ruin on this side.
Where's a lot of the
It's
others?
flammable, remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is an important keyword.
Yeah.
It is flammable.
Good. So you're outside. The front doors are open. There's light streaming out.
I'll try
You can hear a human voice speaking softly from within.
So we just go in and punch him, right?
Father!
I'll try to.
Father, is that you?
I'm gonna try to sneak up with you.
Yeah. So, as someone who cases joints with professionalism, I'm going to go around to the side and do the sneaky peeky.
Good. So you're gonna stealth ahead. So make a stealth roll.
Sure.
Do you want me to join you?
That is up to you, darling.
I will.
Do you want
I
us
will
to
join.
create a distraction
So just
or to
spend
just
a
let you
point,
do
yeah.
your
Oh,
thing?
I'm just going to be
spent
taking
a
a
point.
look
Big
before
bet,
we know what
yeah.
kind of move we're going to make.
All right.
Reconnaissance.
Money moves, that was we're going to make.
Definitely.
You loud people, stay here.
Loud boys. Be gone. Yeah.
Loud boys!
So what'd you roll?
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be awesome though.
I have faith.
Okay, so that was 4.
Okay, you're good. Not your best stealthing, but you feel like it was adequate. You're able to go around the back. The stained glass window there, there's like a chip in it, and you can both kind of peek in. You see, it looks like there is a congregation, like a small congregation of people that are sitting in the church. They're all just kind of staring up. You see Father Ezekiel is there. You also see that Banks is there. It's hard to kind of read what emotion is going on with them. It's a combination of like rapt attention or fear or disassociation. Like there's something's on not right. But and you can also see that they are crying. In fact, all of the people in the congregation are crying. You also recognize the 2 police officers that you sent to guard, like the police sent to guard this space. And there's a few other people. One of the artists that you were talking to in the cafe is sitting in the congregation.
Classic.
Great. And in front of it, you can't see his face, but there's a figure talking to them. You can see the back of him. He seems to be wearing ridiculous like regalia, like it's almost like a bishop or like even pope, but it's like he's got like the shepherd staff, but it's all weird and slightly like it's not like of any sort of Christian denomination you've ever seen. It's
Blasphemous.
it's super blasphemous. Yeah, yeah. The crick looks like a twisted tentacle. It's like it's all very wrong.
Right.
But he's got the top of the hat and everything.
So,
do you all come back and tell us, or
Yeah.
you just...
Well, this is apparently whisper out here.
I reach in. I had my lighter before, and I don't know what it is over here. Flint
That's a
steel.
flint.
Yeah.
No
Not even a
steel.
box of mash.
Flint and steel, and can I spend a point of preparedness to have like a little bit of oil?
Sure.
Yeah. I hand these to you. I say, all right, so what I think is you find a good spot to light this place up. But I'm going to go in and get as many out as I can.
So this is my question. Are you guys at the window or have
I
you
think
come
they're,
back?
I think they're still at the window. We're out front.
I haven't yet come back to
Yeah.
have you help persuade them not to do something stupid. If that's the answer to your question. Did you see their feckin' faces? If you go in there to try to get them out, you might well also just be like that.
No. I'm fine. I'll have to get her out.
Alright, how long of a head start you want before I light this place up? Shockingly, I'm not having this conversation in front of a cop.
No, I'm not. It's not.
Give me about a minute.
Oh, God.
Do you want to go back and let the others know?
You let them know. So we'll like.
How is someone brave and a coward at the same time?
It's real. It's real.
It's an English thing.
Oh. I punched them on the shoulder because that's far too damn true. I do punch him on it, and then I grab your cheek and just come back.
You know it.
If you die, I'll kill you.
It's terrible.
When
Everything about it is very upsetting.
It's awful. It's terrible. It's the worst. And now I'm going to go back and tell you all about it.
Yeah, so we come back around, but
Okay.
as Leslie's going back to them, I'm just coming around through the door of the church.
Okay.
To the front door?
Yeah.
Well, obviously we could see them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the steps.
Yeah.
of the
Leslie
front door.
comes sneaking over towards you, whereas Billy just goes right.
I
to the
will
front
try
door.
to stop Billy.
Well, they're not close to you. Like they're.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
I thought we saw them.
you saw them go around the back, but you're far enough away so that they could stealth in. You know what I mean? Like you are not
You're like
close.
across the way in an alley.
Like as they come back,
You are not
Billy
gonna get to stop this.
splits off and goes
Oh,
into
it's
the-
happening.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah, probably is.
As players, we know this.
As a character, I would know it as well if anybody got input, but it's fine.
Great. So we'll circle back to you in a second. So Billy, you walk in the front, and you see a man, probably in his 30s. He's rather skinny and gaunt. You probably recognize him since you've been talking about. This is Wilcox.
Okay.
He's talking to the congregation, and he sees you come in and he says, another disciple, come in, sit.
Yes. All right. I will move in and I'll sit down next to Banks.
Okay.
I'm really excited to see this conversation.
You think you can hear like a tiny, almost like, you're not sure if it's your imagination, but a little whimper from her. But she's just staring at him.
I am gonna sit down next to her and like lean in real close to her
Okay.
and be like, "You get it together. You're getting out of here. I'm getting you out of here, and I'm taking you home." And I'm going to like push through to her, and use spend my reassurance to snap her out of it.
All right. That works. And she kind of blinks for a second, and she just kind of looks at you. She doesn't say anything, but you realize that, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll try to do. I have 2 points of reassurance. I'm going to try to do the same to Ezekiel.
All right. They are both. They kind of snap out of it and look at
Because
you
I'll
a
like
bit.
sit down between them and be like, "All right."
Great.
There will
I feel
be,
like if
I'll-
Ezekiel
and,
snaps out,
and I'll be
he's
like,
gonna
there will be a distraction in a minute. Sit tight.
Ezekiel goes, "The power of Christ compels you." And they both kind of shift a bit, and then they're both gone. In the same way that Amelia did earlier.
You did it.
Everything in the church is silent, and he's looking at you, and everyone in the congregation is now looking at you. And it's that he says, "You haven't seen the light, have you?" And he pulls a cloak off of a sculpture that was in the very center point part of the church.
Fire.
Okay.
I was watching the clock, so I was like, 1 minute, fire.
Sure. Someone is lighting the church on fire. You're going to make a stability roll.
Okay. I will spend 2 points of stability.
Okay.
That's a 7.
Okay. All right.
Damn.
This is this is the most realistic depiction of the sculpture that you have seen so far, and it's not something you ever want to be. This
And
is,
I will like pull my shield up and like go like deep into like a defensive stance.
yeah. It's very disturbing, but you, for whatever reason, are able to handle it. You're starting to smell smoke. It seems that the church, someone has lit the church on fire.
Who would do
I don't
that?
know who would do that. Who would burn a church down?
Black metal kids.
All the things I'll
So I'm
have
gonna
to
take
confess.
a defensive stance to try to like move back. I'm gonna like have my sword out in like a wide stance, like swings to like push people back
Okay.
and move back towards the door.
Yeah, they're just looking at you. They don't seem to be like doing anything aggressive. The priest seems to be somewhat perturbed as he's trying to figure out what's going on with the fire. But the fire is spreading very fast.
Okay.
What's going on out here?
Oh, okay.
They went off to light the fire, and
I am running through the front doors.
Billy is
Okay.
gone in.
Great.
I'm setting fires. Everything's going well.
So you
Bye.
see Billy backing out of the church.
What
Yeah.
are the people doing? Like, how are they reacting?
They're just sitting there. They're not doing. They're kind of just. They're looking at Billy, but they're not really doing anything.
The king has come. Come outside to greet your king.
What is happening in there?
Let's see.
Got intimidation.
Yeah, this one's a little weird for social stats.
Yeah.
Talk.
And, do you have any psychoanalysis?
Yes.
Spend some psychoanalysis and make a roll.
I shall spend it.
How many points?
Spend a ton.
I'm gonna spend 2.
Yeah, you're not going to use very much more of it after this.
All right.
I got a 5.
All right. So a couple people stand up and kind of they kind of snap out of a bit, and they kind of start to come with you. At this point, the fire is really bad. What are you doing?
I mean, if I see the building is burning, I do see Billy, right?
Well, you see some figures in the doorway.
Okay.
I mean, Trixie just ran in.
All right. Well, I'm going to
So-
follow until I see. I guess if I see Billy, I'll ask him like, "What's going on in here?"
Get out! Get out!
Why did she run inside? Does she not know how arson works? She's a cop, of course she doesn't know how arson works. Yeah, back.
Well, I do want to say, because you would have told us about the
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So I will say that I would have said before I went in, because this was my idea, was that if you mix some of that dream stuff with water, with your bottles and whatnot, and you can somehow convince them as they come out to be like, the only way you see the king is if you drink of this chalice or whatever. I don't know, somehow like that.
Okay, that's super complicated. Meanwhile, the building
Yeah.
is burning around you.
No, I know, but this is what I would have. That was what was going on at
What you previously would have explained? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm probably at this point actually fumbling through my bag trying to find an atomizer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Atomizer, yes.
You have any preparedness there?
We're historically good for
I have
atomizers.
4. All right, I will spend 2 points of preparedness to have this lovely cut crystal perfume atomizer. Okay, so I got a 6.
Okay,
With those-
you have an
with that
atomizer. I will assume you've prepared. If you want, you can have prepared a tincture of this. It will not be as
Potent.
well. No, it'll use up more than you need to of the substance. So it's wasteful, and you might have less than you had before. So something to keep in mind.
Basically, this is a terrible idea, and I shouldn't do it.
It's not a terrible idea. There's a cost.
Not a terrible
to it.
idea.
There's a cost to it.
But no
Everything
benefit.
is cost.
The benefit. Well, I mean, the benefit
Potentially
is
getting all of those people free.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll just stand there with my mister, and as people come out the door.
Well, there's only 2 people coming out, but if you want to mist a few people before the fire gets too bad, you can try to do that.
Yeah, I guess we should try to do that. Save some
Missed
people.
connections.
All right. How many people are you going to try to mist?
I'll
There's the 2 cops. There's the 2.
try the 2 cops.
Okay. There's the people from the cafe.
That'll be my priority, and I'll start with the cops and then move to them. So I go up to the cops and I go, I do not know if you die in this world, if it somehow hurts you, but...
Okay. He disappears.
Okay. I am stunned by its effectiveness.
Good. So you're able to get basically everyone out of the church.
Yeah.
I will take up I'm taking up a position as I back up
Okay.
near the door, letting these people out, but I will not let Wilcox out. If he gets close to me, something I want to do. But.
Wilcox is just standing there, kind of looking around, like he doesn't seem like he gives a shit about saving himself.
Yeah.
In fact, you probably see a timber fall on him, and he catches on fire at some point.
And he's still like standing there and all
right, you are now in a very bad situation. So make an athletics roll. If you want to help out, you can to try to drag him out.
Give me the tincture.
I will help him.
Okay.
I will drag him out to make sure he's safe. Do you want me to roll it or?
Oh, were you going to add points to that first?
I guess I should have said that.
You have no athletics, so
I have no athletics.
he just has fleeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
fleeing would work. Yeah, but what'd you roll? But what'd you roll? Because you didn't.
I did roll a 1.
Okay.
I have a
You're
lot
gonna
of
you're
fleeing.
gonna take a die 6 of damage from flame.
Okay.
Even as because you didn't say you spent any points before.
Yeah, I should.
Always say that. That's the weird thing about.
I know. I got excited, so I didn't follow the system. I would have spent some fleeing there,
Good.
but all right. So I take. Do you roll it or I roll it?
You can roll it.
Okay. 2.
Okay. So you got
And then
some
I
smoke
will
inhalation.
try to pull him out. I'll spend a point of athletics to try to make it a little better. And that's a 4.
Good. You can take 1 less point of damage because of the assistance.
Thanks, Billy.
So I grab you and like pull you out of the way of a falling beam.
So you are now all outside of the burning church.
Is there anyone left inside?
You've gotten everyone out or sent them to the other world.
Even Wilcox?
No, Wilcox
Wilcox
beam
was
fell
still
on.
in there.
So there is
Wilcox was on
someone
fire.
still in there.
Well, not someone alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember how we found skeletons in the future
Yeah.
thing? Did I like time loop?
In fact, everybody make a stability roll.
6.
6.
5.
Oh, geez. I think I'm gonna spend. I'm
Thank
down
you.
to. I'm at
Thank you,
a
Shadow.
3 right now.
Thank you,
so
Shadowrun.
You're in a bad place.
I'm a bad place. I guess.
I mean, you're in the bad place.
I guess I should probably spend 2 points. I think that takes me down to 1, right?
Yeah.
I gotta get this. I'm gonna get messed up otherwise. And I roll a 1. All right.
All right. You're. How much did you spend?
I was at 3 and I spent 2 points.
All right. You're gonna lose that last point because this is a 3-point loss.
So I'm at a 0.
You're at a 0. So you are now. You're shaken. So you can still function, but you cannot spend any investigative points.
Yeah.
And everything is a level more difficult for you. So if you're trying to roll a 4, instead you're trying to roll a 5. Even stability rolls.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's a death spiral.
Yeah.
Don't use that word.
Can I try to help him out with my psychoanalyst?
Yeah, you can give him some triage if you want.
Hey,
To see the house of our Lord perverted into such a strange otherworldly place, and to see it destroyed, and to see Father Ezekiel fall to
he's
darkness. Oh.
I got Ezekiel out. and I
The
got-
shock mostly is because you killed someone. Like
Yeah.
you all
Yeah.
killed someone.
But I'm deflecting.
Okay,
from
right.
that.
Ezekiel's fine. Everyone's fine. We saved those people. Save them from the evil
did.
of this world. Yeah.
We did.
I woke him up. He's home.
You saved
good.
them.
And Banks is home.
You saved them with science.
I did. And
Yeah.
and the strength of the Lord behind that science.
Of course. Yes. That too.
All right, let's proceed to the lighthouse then. Only one anchor remains, if I am to presume.
Yes.
Yeah, and then when we get back, we'll be able to reflect on this and discover the true meanings. That makes sense. It will all become
Indeed.
clear.
Indeed.
It's just foggy right now, that's all.
I know. Once I have greater clarity, I'm sure my associated research and publication on this will make me a very well-respected individual.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
there's all kinds of adrenaline and sort of like
Yes,
things
yes.
going on that are messing with our perception.
Yeah, it's
but,
just adrenaline. It's just
yeah,
adrenaline.
yeah, but it's all gonna make sense.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cover it.
I served this
Leslie.
in your role in many times, and I see how effective it is, even when you know it's coming.
I see what you did there. Good. So yeah, you can spend some points of psychoanalysis. You'll get 2 points back of stability for every point you want.
I would spend 2 points.
All right. So you're now at 4.
I get 4 back. Thank you for keeping me from
I'm
losing
going to go
ship.
up to Billy, pocket the flint,
Okay.
and then I'm going to bump them a little bit. That like the put pocket was effective, and now I'm going to be obvious about it.
Yeah. Hey.
Good job not dying.
Yeah. Thanks for believing in me.
Good job being worth believing in.
All right. All right, we got one left.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be harder to get to, I'm thinking.
Well, so I'm assuming you're going to
Please tell me
head
someone
down
went to
to
fancy school and
the
did rowing.
Wharf to try to get a boat?
Before we do though,
I don't think we
Annabelle was
need a boat. I think there's a city
found near the
between
church.
us and the lighthouse now.
Oh, okay.
Whereabouts?
Well, the riot happened in the church and in that general vicinity. So, yeah.
Okay.
She was wandering.
You did not see Annabelle here anymore. She wasn't in the church, and when you were here now. So, yeah.
Every time you mention Annabelle, I think of either Erica from LA by Night,
Oh yeah.
or I think of Annabelle Lee.
Well,
Yeah. Annabelle's off brooding somewhere.
for all you know, my sister's played by Aokishi.
And is the actual Annabelle Lee from Poe, huh?
Yeah. Poe was super in love with that angsty little teen.
Good. So you head down to the docks. As you get closer, you realize you might not need a boat.
Yeah.
It looks as if this city is now partially in overlapping Kingsport itself. It is the two cities are merging together. This thing is coming. It looks like you could walk to the lighthouse, although you get chills thinking of walking through this city. It's very wrong. You've never felt more disturbed about anything in your life. The city should not exist. The angles are wrong. As I think someone said earlier, it's non-Euclidean.
Yeah.
There are things that look convex, but maybe they're concave. You can't really tell. It's hard
Why
to
is
tell.
that door a parallelogram?
It's the city MC Escher built.
Right.
Yeah, and the smell of it too. Like it smells like something dying underwater, like an underwater fishy smell, but also something darker underneath it, like the rot of death or something far more disturbing. Like there's a noxious smell to this. It's
Like a cat, my fear makes me run faster.
So yeah, it's primordially disturbing. This city is.
Okay. Can I spend some points from my fleeing to help everybody try to get there very quickly?
It's kind of not how fleeing works.
Fleeing is
Flee is from.
fleeing is from, not towards.
Yeah.
That's an excellent point.
Let's just run.
I have like all these points
No,
in
I'm gonna-
fleeing I want to spend.
Yeah, fleeing is like one of the cheapest skills to buy.
Don't tempt fate.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll get a chance.
No.
Um,
Yeah, I guess.
If you are feeling rough, you can just put your hand on my back and close your eyes, and I'll lead us through.
Okay. All right. Guide me, O shepherd.
all right, so you're kind of taking the lead on this.
Yes.
All right, and the rest of you are.
I'm just running.
You're just running away.
Towards the.
Are you staying
towards
with
the lighthouse.
your group, or are you just running?
I thought we were all. Are we not
No,
running?
I think like you got to the city and you all kind of stood there looking at what.
God.
And there was a moment of
we don't
like.
We can't just run blindly. We have to.
You say that to Ash.
I would like to move forward at great speed towards our destination before
We'll
the
move.
city comes closer.
We'll move with haste, but it's tactically.
Okay, we're
Under
talking
five.
too much. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so
I just start going.
all right,
We are as unified in purpose as we can be.
all right. Everybody, make a stability roll.
What? More bad
This
stuff?
might be important. You might want to spend points
Yeah,
before rolling.
I'm gonna spend 2
Does
points.
I have.
What'd you roll?
See, I did
what
it
did
too.
you roll?
I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
I have like a 4 in stability and general skills, and I haven't been spending points out. Is that separate from the little?
It's
Yeah.
the same.
Okay.
Like there shouldn't. Wait, did you put points into stability? Like, did you move points there?
Into
or?
general
Abilities.
abilities, yeah.
I did not.
Oh well, then.
But stability is a general
And it-
skill. I have 4 points separate from my stability little hitbox thing.
That doesn't make sense.
Right there.
Yeah, it's.
Who wrote it?
I wrote it
Does,
backwards. I wrote it backwards though.
Does my
Yeah,
Start with 4 sanity
says.
points and 1 stability point.
Yeah, it says you start
Okay.
with 4 free sanity
Which is
points,
pretty
1
good.
health, and 1 stability point in your general abilities.
so you spent 4 before.
Yeah,
of
go
your-
by what's in the box, not what's in the column.
All right.
What's in the
I'll
box?
just put a couple of points in.
Does my drive help with this at all? Which is duty.
Oh, your drive of duty?
Yeah.
Skill.
My drive is revenge.
I mean, you're kind of following. You would get stability back for that. If you have you rolled yet?
No, I've spent 2 of my stability last time. Well, seeing the Cthulhu statue.
I'll let you keep those 2 points, and
Okay.
because you're following your duty here.
Which was getting Banks and Ezekiel. That like my duty when in that consideration was Banks is my charge, and like that's why I went in there headlong.
Do you feel like going into the city to finish this is also your duty? Then?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So you can spend 2 points that you're not actually spending.
Whereas these bastards invoke the face of my dead partner, and I want to crush them for it. Ah,
You're trying to get some.
revenge!
In that case, then
That's
I
my
spent
drive. I'm just
extra.
really-
Yeah.
just
Sure.
so
You can.
mad.
I'll give you 2 points. For,
I rolled a 4.
Okay. And you rolled a 2.
But now it's 4.
No, because you didn't
Oh, what
spend.
is
You have
it?
to spend those points before.
So I just get
You
2 points
rolled.
back here.
Yes.
That's fine.
I spent 2 and I rolled 2, so I have a total of 4.
So 4, 4, 4, 2. All right, you all failed. Because this is the city of Rylap, and
And that's how we do.
it's you need a 5 to.
So how much?
So how much do we
So
lose?
close, yeah, so far.
Not counting the points we spent.
It's not good. 5 points,
So I lose another 3.
not counting the points you spent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're at.
-1.
0.
I'm at 3.
I am also at 3.
The city itself is confusing because you all failed your stability roll. You are lost. You're not sure where. It's all hard to tell even where up or down is, as opposed to like where this lighthouse is. Now, Leslie, if you want, you can try to guide them.
It's time. Let's go. Do I need a...
You don't need to make a roll. Oh yeah, you do need to make a stability roll. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Another one?
You can spend below. You can go ahead and say like, even if you're at 0, you can go down to like a negative place if
I'm
you want
at
to.
0, so
Yeah.
anything I do is going to put me into the negatives.
Right, but like it's the difference between like
Nope,
it's a
I can do
gamble.
it. Yep,
Yeah.
nope, I will make the gamble for another 2. I'm at -2. This will go well. I roll a 4 and then +2, so
Plus
I roll
2.
6.
Great. All right. Good. Okay. So you are able to use your knowledge of the mythos to guide the rest of them through the city. And you get to the lighthouse, which looks very incongruous in the middle of this alien thing. But it also is like, oh, this is a solid, real thing. This is a human thing. Mm-hmm. It's here, and you're here. And you can see that the lighthouse is there in front of you.
So it's like a beacon of sanity.
It is, yeah, it is in many ways a beacon of sanity.
How's everybody doing?
This city is not only ungodly, but it doesn't. Streets should not be this shape. Alleyways should not end at a point. They should not turn back around on themselves. I wonder if we can even accomplish this.
We're almost done. We're gonna finish this.
We got this.
Not again. Not again.
You got through it the first time. You will get through it again.
You do too.
Now I'm at a -1 right now. What is that? I mean,
You're shaken.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So, okay, so
All of
Billy is stirred to
all of your rolls, general ability rolls, are one level more difficult.
okay, same as 0 or
Yeah, same as 0. From 0 to -5. That's how
That's
that
what I
works.
wanted to know.
And if you get to -5, then you get to another state.
It's way
I'm
more fun.
coming.
It's fine. It gets better.
It gets better.
All right.
Having
You
been
follow?
at -11.
And you can't spend any investigative
It's
skills
so
while
fun.
you're in this state as well.
We're gonna get through this, everyone. You follow me. I will get us through this. I will get us home.
Yeah. Let's go.
Leslie.
Yeah.
You did your job. You got us through the city. You're gonna get your rest soon.
I bet that was paid for.
You? Yeah. It's better than I ever paid for.
Maybe you'll even get your sister back.
Let's do this.
Is there any way to spend other skills that aren't psychoanalysts to try to boost somebody's confidence?
Not really, and you can't really.
Reassurance. Reassurance.
Yeah.
Not really, and you can't. To be honest, no one can really regain stability in this location. Like, there's no amount of reassurance that's
Alright,
gonna like where you are.
Only way out is through. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So you're standing. There's like attached to the lighthouse. There's like a small dwelling. Which you assume the stairs up to the top of the lighthouse are there.
Let's go check that door.
All right.
So the dwelling is very modest. It's nice to kind of be inside and not have the city around you, although you can still feel beyond the confines of the wall the oppression of it. There is a staircase, obviously, going up to the top of the lighthouse.
Is there? I'm gonna look around the room. Is there a lantern?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna get a new lantern.
Okay.
What else is in the room?
Like the basic living accoutrement.
Is there a bed?
Yeah.
Is there anything underneath it?
No.
Okay.
Is there?
At this point, I think I probably closed my eyes, and I am just I'm just following Billy. I am not looking at any of this stuff.
Okay. All right.
I'm also
right.
want to prepare something if I can. In
right.
case I run into the worm that walks again. I'm looking for. I can break a chair if I need. If there's a chair in there, I would want to make a torch, and like prepare it so that I can light it later if I need it, so that I can use that instead of my sword to like swing.
Okay.
Did the port come with me?
Yes.
I'll tear a piece of cloth and bring it with me.
All right.
I'm gonna open now since I can hear that Billy's trying to make a torch or something like that. I open up my bag and sort of show it to him because I believe I have some alcohol in here somewhere.
And I'll spend points in explosives or chemistry to. I don't know if those are applicable for making a easily like.
I have chemistry as well, so I can help.
I mean,
you with
that's an
that.
investigative ability in your
Yeah.
Not up for it.
You can't spend any points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I can't science. I'm too messed up.
But I have
You just can't help other
I have
people's
points in
science.
explosive. I have points in mechanical repair, electrical, like all of the handy skills.
And I think you can still use those skills. You just can't spend points
Okay,
from them.
cool.
Okay.
So if it's
So
some,
you have to spend to help somebody else, right?
well, for investigative skills, like it depends.
Yeah, I
Like,
just
it's-
want to make a torch. Is
Okay,
that-
yeah, that's easy
okay,
to do.
cool.
You all get your pyrotechnical, things prepared, and
Does the house look like someone's been living in it?
it does, yeah. It also is though like ancient, like it looks like an old timey sort of house rather than a modern one.
I'm just imagining there's some like Cthulhu'd out Gordon's fisherman looking dude here, like with a Mac and like one of those hats, rain hats.
I'm assuming it's old Greg.
Old Greg.
I'm old Greg. Welcome to Rattler.
Well, then let's find out.
All right.
Shall we?
Yeah, I will take point.
All right. Let's go. I will hold up the end.
Okay,
Darling.
so you're
Find me dinner
first. Who's second?
I'm second because I'm following with my eyes closed.
All right, third, and you're good. So there's actually it's rather a wide lighthouse. And you get to the top of it. The light is not currently on, and you all kind of get up onto the top of the landing. There's a figure standing at the top of the lighthouse. Short. It looks like a girl.
Hi.
Hello.
Who are you?
I think I know.
Annie?
Sister. It's really me.
Don't believe it. Last one were worms.
Remember when I broke... Remember when I broke the dollhouse and I took the blame for it?
Weren't even your fault. You fell backwards over the cat. Should have blamed the fucking cat. Annie, baby. Annie! I'm going to run to hug.
Good. Yeah, she's solid and real, and it's her.
What's happening? What are you doing here? Darling.
I'm the last one.
The last one what?
The painters, he couldn't handle it, so I'm the last anchor.
Darling, no. No. The anchors, we have to... Don't we have to destroy...
We just have to send them home.
We just have to break the connection. We don't have to destroy them. We have to destroy the connection.
Give us the flask, then.
So I have the atomizer, and I hand it over to whoever. I just kind of hold it out in front of me for.
He turned it into perfume.
Well, I can unscrew the top of it for an atomizer, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, or you could just spray her with it.
Yeah, that was... We got the wasteful note earlier.
It's not gonna work here.
Why not?
Then come with us somewhere.
She just kind of reaches out and towards the city.
Then come with us.
I turn around.
As you look out, you see something you didn't see before because the mists have kind of cleared, and there is a penultimate point at the top of the city. There was a hill, and at the top of the hill there is a tomb or perhaps a temple. You're not sure, but it is even deeper level of dread. Looking at this, there's something there, something malevolent and something aware of you.
I right before that, I turn around to look at him, and to pat him to grab the pentagram
Okay.
thing.
The elder sign stone. Okay, so yeah, I give that to.
What? What is an elder sign?
I never mentioned an elder sign.
I didn't call
sign
it
of
that.
the
I was
elder
just
ones.
identifying it for our audience.
I will say sign of the elder one, Ken. That's elder. It's an elder sign. We all know now. We're all in the know.
All right, what do we need? What do we need to get her home? Get us all home.
There's a deep rumble, and you feel a shifting. The temple is opening.
We gotta get out of here.
Annie,
Baby, come on.
and I pull her close, and I have no clue what I'm doing, but I press it against her her chest.
All right. She kind of looks down, surprised, and then she smiles, and then she disappears, along with the thing. The temple is definitely opening now. Now's a good time for you to use that fleeing.
We have to get out. We have to get out. We have to get going.
But he can't.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not an
it's a-
investigative ability. It's
Native
regular.
That's a
It's
general ability.
General ability.
Oh, but you can
All right.
still spend general ability points.
Yeah, you can't spend investigative because you're
Out of the city. We have to get out of the city.
Yeah.
Get out now. Get back to her.
All right.
All right. The tomb is opening. Is anyone looking?
No.
No,
we're
we're
running.
running.
All right. So you don't see the thing that comes out, which is for the best. All right. So who wants to spend some points in fleeing?
I can spend athletics instead, right?
You can, yeah.
Okay, because I don't have any fleeing.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Spend
flee.
athletics.
Yeah. All right.
And there's a
athletics.
rule about spending fleeing if you don't have athletics or something. I'm seeing
That's
in the
buying-
important
that's-
notes.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
buying
if
it.
you buy, fleeing is very cheap to buy, whereas athletics is expensive to buy.
And any
Yeah.
fleeing rating
Yeah.
above
I didn't
twice your
get any
athletics rating
athletics.
costs 1 point for 2.
You know, it's a point buy. It's you making making
yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
I understand. I did ask for high fleeing. You did give that unto me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Now I have 10 points to spend in this. I want to spend them all, and to help other people, to help myself.
Yeah, fleeing is not. I don't know if you can piggyback. You can't really piggyback on fleeing. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
They're not
But
like,
if you-
wow, that guy's doing a really great job of getting away.
Yeah.
It's inherently selfish.
Yeah.
Oh.
but definitely in genre.
Okay, well, as embarrassing as that is, I think I'm gonna. What's the maximum benefit I could spend? 5?
Sure. I mean, you probably a 5 or a 6 will be what you need to to succeed. But
Right, because
Okay.
things are more difficult
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
you're not
So I'll
stable.
spend
But
athletics.
that's a
for this.
general ability, so right? So it doesn't cost me more.
it doesn't cost. Well, no,
Or
but it's more
I can
difficult.
spend. Yeah.
It is a level more difficult. Like if it was normally 4, it would be a 5 because your stability is shaken.
So is it a
Right.
4? Is this one a 4? I guess we're not supposed to talk about
Yeah,
it.
we don't
I
really
can't
know.
really. I'm not supposed to tell you what the number is, but it's probably running out of an alien city is probably more than
Oh.
4.
I'm gonna spend 6 then. So.
What'd you get?
I got a 10.
Wow.
Oh, good thing too. I rolled a 1, so I have a total of 7. A total of 7.
25
My
points.
master clean.
People are going all
I
in on
spent
the.
3 points
And
in
that's a 7.
athletics.
All right.
I spent 3 points in athletics. I rolled a 6.
All right. Great. So yeah, you're all able to get out of the city. It is a harrowing journey because you showed them the way in. You're also able to kind of show them the way out.
I'm running to my pillar. My pillar is safe now.
Good. And you finally get onto the shore and kind of stumble onto the sand. And as you dare you look behind you.
No, just atomize.
All right, Autoboys! So you just like did what's left of the
Is there
the
enough
stuff.
for everybody?
Yeah. Who goes first? Who's gonna take the first dose?
I'm going
I'm
last.
holding it.
All right.
So I guess it's other folk. So spritz.
I'm going last.
Nice fracking try.
You've been spritzed. All right, so you're going to have to see whatever this is coming towards you at the last minute. So
Let me go last.
it's too late. It's too late.
I
Make
would have.
Nice try, self-sacrificing one.
Make
No.
a stability roll. I know you're negative. You probably want to spend some points on this.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
But they are able to spritz themselves, yes?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I will spend 3 points, which puts me at
Wait,
-5.
I will point out something. In that their sister was just saved, which is one of their pillars.
Oh, did I get stability for saving?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple points for
Oh,
that.
that's very kind of you.
Sure.
Then I'm only at -3
All right.
with that
Unless you want to spend those other 2 points for your roll.
3 point spend. Well, I spent 3, bringing me from -3 to 5, but apparently I had points I didn't know about.
Okay.
So I'm at -3 instead.
Okay.
Plus 3 points that you spent.
So 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I rolled a 1 and then I get, 3 is 4, but that, nah.
All right.
That's a
No.
natural bad.
Yeah.
You have just enough sense of mind to spray yourself in the face. But when you show up on the other side with the rest of them, you're not all there. So you can roleplay that however you want. But yeah, you're going to lose sanity from this as well as stability. Yeah.
I was like, hey,
Oh, okay. Thank the gods.
well, here.
Did it work? Did we?
What do we see when we come back?
You're on the shore. I mean, there's no island here. The sun is rising. You feel that it worked. You feel like there's a sense of a weight of dread that is pulling away from you. All of the things that shifted over and when you're on the other side are still shifted. So you still have swords. You still have that weird, case of medical supplies. The spritzer is empty. There's no more of that left. It appears that Leslie might be catatonic.
Hey, kid.
Hey, let's go see your sister, huh?
Hello. I'm Leslie.
All right, we need to get them somewhere.
What's going on?
Oh,
We shall see if rest is helpful. But if we know where their sister is, then perhaps that would be a balm.
stupid kid.
All right, you're able to take Leslie to see their sister.
Then I'll come.
Yeah. And it is comforting, but it doesn't look like they're coming back. At least not for now, but maybe with time.
But is Annabelle okay?
Annabelle is as she's always been, which is,
Yeah.
kind of speaking nonsense and childhood, doggerel. But she's happy to see your sister, and
Sibling.
yeah.
What about Father Ezekiel? Can I find him?
Yeah, he's okay. Although, what's that?
Banks.
Banks is okay. Yeah.
Can you pull some strings at Arkham to make sure they get a room together or something?
They will not be able to share one, but I will do what I can to make sure that they are both given the best modern care. And Father Ezekiel and I will pray for them both.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers, right?
Well, no, both. And God helps those who help themselves.
I believe that they helped everybody quite a lot. So
I don't make the rules about this stuff.
all right.
Edward Winthrop is very grateful. Definitely will pay for Leslie's stay at the asylum and make sure that they have the best doctors. Pull whatever strings are necessary if you want to get them, rooms next to each other. And
I mean, I could even try to see if I can get myself assigned as the attending.
Oh, Edward can definitely set that up.
Yeah.
Can we get them somewhere else, like home care?
Arkham is the best facility, especially for dealing with symptoms such as these and people who have had experiences of the outside.
If we're going in kind of epilogue kind of stuff, I'd spend a lot of time with Leslie. I'll bring tea, and just try to talk to them as a fellow from outside of here, and I think sometimes I get through to them, try to snap them out, but it doesn't. I don't know how well it sticks.
They pick your pocket.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Right.
I try to work within the system to get them out of the system. So I think this is it's bullocks, as you would say.
Amelia and Elliot get married, and Winthrop dies, leaving them a great deal of money.
Does Elliot give up poetry and take up a more reasonable profession?
He starts studying psychology.
I'm an inspiration.
Yeah.
I spend my downtime looking for signs of this 5-pointed thing.
You can all add a point to your Cthulhu Mythos score.
Oh no!
At what cost, though, Joe? At what cost?
Who's Joe?
The elder god, Joe. One of the elder gods.
The scariest of elder gods. So that's Trail of Cthulhu, I think. That's the...
Yeah.
Unless there's any other...
This was awesome, Joseph.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Oh. So when are we playing again?
I know.
Again.
I feel
played this
I feel
before.
compelled by the power of Joseph to play this more.
Power of Joseph compels you. And with that,
With that, I think, is there anything else we need to say or do? Or...
thank you to QueueTimes for having us
thank you.
for
Yes, of
course,
this
absolutely, yeah.
terrifying journey into the dark.
Where can we find everyone?
Oh.
And what are people doing?
I'm Sam Delev. You can find me on Twitter at Tchaikovsky. It says that right down there, but also Chaikovsky. You can find me tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Saving Throw Show's Twitch for our final episode of our Shadows on the Horizon Shadowrun arc.
Yeah.
There won't be feelings.
No.
No, not
We
allowed.
hate feelings.
It's all four of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Ash Minnick. You can find me on Instagram at astronaut44 or Moonclad _Ash on the Twitter, and I just go to Instagram. And you can also see me tomorrow night on Shadowrun on Saving Throw, and then you can see the show that I've been producing called Game the Game on the YouTubes every Tuesday and Thursday. Check it out. I occasionally try to get these fine folks in there as well as much as I can. And that's me.
I'm Alquin Gersh, Different Elves. You can find me different _elves on Twitter, but also on Twitch, which is where I'm going immediately after this. I'm going back to my my luxurious studio, which is my apartment, because we have got another episode of Curse of Strahd, which starts at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Yes. So, and then during the week, of course, we've got our conclusion of Shadows on the Horizon on Monday, tomorrow night, and then there's no more We're Alive Frontier until episode-wise until January 8th, but there is going to be a Christmas special, which should be out this week. So go to projectalpha.com and check that out. It'll be a very fun We're Alive Frontier Christmas special with me and Dave and all of our other buddies from that.
Yes. I'm Poisel. You can find me at a Poisel on Twitter. You can find me on twitch.tv/Poisel. I just play some Magic the Gathering Arena. As everyone said, I'll be running the last episode of my Shadows on the Horizon mini arc on Saving Throw Show tomorrow night. Also, immediately after this, at around 5 p.m., I just got asked to be on a holiday special on Band of Nerds on their Twitch, playing some D&D. So, pop in for a minute and then head over and watch some Curse of Strahd and get all your holiday dark feels in.
Could you open 2 browser tabs and watch them simultaneously?
You could do that.
I'm sure that a cacophony of Cthulhu mythos would be generated by those 2.
And then on Tuesday night, I may or may not be doing something else at Saving Throw Show. I am doing something else at Saving Throw Show. Tune in for a holiday special in the Guilds of Ravnica world and it'll be awesome. So.
Cool. And I'm Joseph. You can find me at Overdroid, or you can go to postcardgames.com, where I sell postcard games. And I just want to thank again Uncommon Trust and QueueTimes for having me. Y'all are awesome.
Thank you too.
Great.
Cthulhu Fatagan to y'all.
Yeah.